Yeah. The one I'm thinking of sort of rhymes.
I know what you're talking.
Anyway, what's up,
Hello.
guys? We're live. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Got a little Sunday night baseball, and you guys won't believe this. I'm so glad that they give attention to small market teams like this. We have the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. I think it's so cool that Major League Baseball is giving premier spotlight attention towards guys like, how many times have we seen Aaron Judge this year? He's having a great under-the-radar season. No one's been talking about it. They're surely talking about it less than Albert Pujols hitting a much more impressive milestone. It's just nice to see. It's nice to see.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'll say this, and I say this every time. Yankees deserve nothing. And
Yeah, said the Cardinals fan. The Yankees deserve nothing.
So
I definitely have not gotten insane. You come, Mr. High and Mighty.
Rocks.
Just taking a big old bat to the entire concept and just whack. For the viewers at home as well, I'm having a large glass of grape soda tonight as well. I'm very excited. I'll probably making a little chicken and chili with a little bit of some chili, some black beans, some shredded chicken, a little Mexican style cheese on top. That's probably what's coming for dinner after this game. So let it be known I've got plans. That's also a delicious meal.
Like I had Olive Garden for lunch, Doug.
Oh, you don't even need dinner then. You had lunch and dinner. You had lunch and dinner in one sitting.
I had it like 2 p.m. So
has anyone ever had Olive Garden and then had breakfast the next morning? Like, I swear I will wake up after going to Olive Garden and I'm like, I'm good. Like, I feel fulfilled.
And I'll say this. I'm so confident. I'll die on this hill. Angel hair pasta is the best kind of pasta. I love angel hair pasta.
I am going to be entirely honest. I don't really have that hard of an opinion on kinds of pasta. I do like them all.
Like, I bought angel hair pasta once, and I'm like, man, this is quite literally the best kind of pasta. Like,
I do like I like bow ties because they look cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
That should show you, for those of you at home watching, that should show you my cooking acumen right there. So I'm like, yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, like
I'll have a little taste.
You gotta make a little angel hair pesto chicken pasta.
Ooh.
I do that often. Get a little oven roasted cherry tomatoes in there.
I'm not a huge tomato guy, but
the thing is, I'm not either. But like,
it's just this one dish. You're saying I don't mind it with a little bit of chicken and pasta. It's not bad.
And chicken pesto pasta, the tomatoes do wonders. Because like pesto's like kind of a rich kind of sauce, It can be.
I've heard that. I've heard that term. I feel like my dad and I both have just like, I don't think that's real. Like, I hate when someone's like, oh, something tastes too sweet. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? That's delicious.
I'm not saying it's too sweet. I'm just saying it's got some, like some.
Speaking of too much though, that is real. Hot Ones season 19 did their like sauce reveal and stuff. I'm telling you, man, one of these days. I know we did the 9-9 challenge this year. I think next year we need to do Hot Ones.
That'd be so much worse.
Yes, but like we need to, if we're gonna torture ourselves for entertainment, like we need to do it in a way that like, and we could hit wing 10 like right after the last pitch. Like just like to like, because we're gonna have to try to get through like our introductions and stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm just saying that's maybe an idea we want to back pocket for next year.
We can think about it.
Or honestly, if the Cardinals are down like 3-0 in a playoff series, and we're maybe gonna get shown the door early, like if it's a game 7, absolutely not. But if it's like a game 4 and we've been kind of cooked, I'd consider
Game 4, you've run through your entire bullpen already somehow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's game 4 and it's like, oh, God, how'd we get Johan Oviedo back?
You need Jordan Montgomery to go 9 innings.
Yeah, dude. Dodger fans were, Cardinals fans, and they realized they didn't trade for an ace. And I'm like, no, we expressly traded for like a 3 or a 4 starter. Like, that's what Harrison Bader was worth. I don't know what planet you guys think we were on.
Dodgers fans are like quite literally just the stupidest fan base in all of baseball. They have the
It was a
smartest
lot
team with the
of
stupidest fan base.
lot of trash talk. Somebody in the Twitch chat said 2019 about the Cardinals, to which I will reply with, how was your 2019 playoff series, Yankees fan? How was that for you?
How is your playoff result?
Because yours was worse. Yours was worse than mine. I'd rather get swept than walked off on in dramatic fashion. Like, comfortably.
Judges DHing tonight?
Yes. Look at these grown adults asking to autograph a ball. Come on, man. Look at him on his iPad. Pujols does the same thing. I can't knock him. It's just very funny to see them like, what are you playing, Rocket Jump? Like, what are you doing on there? Like it was so funny a couple nights ago. For those of you, if you guys want to get a counter for how many times I'll bring it up, don't, because it'll be an embarrassingly high number. But when they showed like Pujols looking at after he hit 699, he was like on the tablets. The Cardinals, one of the tablets behind him, they were playing home highlights when they played the Royals back in like August. Uh-oh. Wow, that got hit to the wall. Aaron Hicks making a competent defensive play. Yankees fans will make you believe he's never done that in his life.
Yankees fans will make you believe that their franchise.
I mean, he's not been good, to be clear. Aaron Hicks has not been good this year. I'm not out here to like defend, but this guy really said, show some respect immediately after making a your mother joke to me.
We'll never respect the Yankees until they change their racist policies.
I'll respect the Yankees when I will respect the Yankees when once my team has more World Series championships, then I'll respect the Yankees. Which, like, never say never, obviously, and I hope it does happen. But I think I'll be in a box before the Cardinals have 27 World Series titles.
Never say never. The hit.
I agree. Although, Diego, I don't think you realize what you just agreed to. Like, what do you want, 16 years straight of...
Oh, I was just referencing Justin Bieber's music.
56-year-old Adam Wainwright throwing a 64-mile-an-hour fastball.
I wasn't agreeing with you. I was just referencing Justin Bieber's music. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I was just saying, oh my God, this Pirates commercial. Can you believe, dude? They got Miguel Andujar without giving up Ryan Reynolds. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane, dude. Like, wow.
That's crazy value, man. Crazy,
Never thought I'd see the day.
Value. Never thought I'd see the day either.
Also, are the Seahawks an almost competent team?
They always have been, dude.
Yeah, but like this year especially.
My most nuclear take in the offseason was like, would you rather have Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson? And I was like,
Russell Carroll.
I was like, I'm like, that's a great question. I'm like, because, dude, you can have a great QB if you have a stinker at coach. Literally look at Kansas State upsetting Oklahoma on Saturday night. Adrian Martinez with a competent head coach put up 5 touchdowns and looked flawless. And when he was like a 4-star, almost a 5-star recruit, I believe, out of high school, like he was a good player. And he looked like ass against with Nebraska for years.
Yeah, that's fair. But also Nebraska is it's hard to look good at Nebraska. That's Scott Frost.
Dude, he sucks. Sucks as a person. Sucks as a person. Sucks as a coach. Like, pack him up all day long, man. It's delicious.
Scott Frost, not good at...
I said this like 3 weeks ago at the start of the college football season after they lost to Northwestern. I'm like, you can only lose so many one-score games before it's like you're just bad at your job. You can't be... You're not unlucky for 5 years. You just suck at your job.
Yeah, you can't be unlucky for that long, dog.
And like, that's no disrespect, but like this just is clearly not the environment for you to coach in.
Something's clearly not working, and it's probably not
Are Yankees fans booing because he just doubled down the line? Do you have
Probably.
sound?
No, I never have sound on.
Neither do I. I'm just so curious if he's.
I can have
booed.
it on. Hold on, give me a second. It'll play through my computer speaker, so I hear it.
Wait, no, here I got it. I don't think mine will then. Oh wait, no, because he's back in the he's back in the Triple Crown League, so they wouldn't boo.
60 homers. The next
Now it's starting to lag a little bit.
Roger Maris.
It's already like behind, but
No, yeah, I'm saying they didn't boo him because he just went back into the Triple Crown League.
that's fair. I'm muting it again. There you go.
We get our Twitch stream taken down like right now. No, sorry.
Oh, sniped so fast. It's a nicely hit ball. This is your fault, Carson. Don't want to hear it.
Dude, man, I'm sorry. It'd be so funny if they absolutely just fawned all over this man for 2 weeks and he doesn't hit another home run. I'm sorry. It'd be so funny. It'd be so objectively funny.
It would be objectively funny.
The narrative for Pujols was if he gets 700. The narrative around Judge has been when he passes Maris. And it's so funny that Pujols was like, yeah, let me just back-to-back at-bats take care of this. Not even just back-to-back at-bats. Back-to-back innings. Let me take care of this real quick.
Let me finish this up real quick. Casually. Also, crazy thing, nothing to do with this game, but like Cleveland. I just want to talk about Cleveland.
Oh my God! Yeah, they clinched today.
They clinched. Like I knew they were close.
POV. Us waiting for the rest of the division to show up.
Did you see the response?
Dog, I didn't see the response, but like just comfortably.
Okay. Hold on.
Link it in here because the pack must have been outrageous.
Let me find it really quick. I'm sure it won't be that hard. But oh boy, it was good. Let me go look for it really fast.
Oh my God. I'm about to put something privately into banter. Not banter. It's gonna go in other sports.
Oh yeah, go look in baseball or in that chat real quick. It's
baseball,
in there.
Baseball talks in there?
Yeah. Matthew.
Oh goodness. Oh, that's getting retweeted. Wow. I never thought I'd retweet anything out of Cleveland. That is outrageous.
It's so funny.
Oh, wow. You can go see what I just put in there. I don't know how the Falcons thought that was a good tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an abbreviation for something you never want to hype up.
Yeah, no, that's true. But like the player they're talking about is pretty hype.
That is very valid, but Triple Crown watch. Xander, I really want Xander to win the batting title because it would be like so funny.
He loses it because of Xander.
Well, it's his contract year and all that, and like I don't think Boston's gonna re-sign him.
I don't know. I mean they should, but
I feel like just move Story over to shortstop, and you can,
But
like,
you forget
because Kike Hernandez was out for the year. Like he plays second base. Like you know what I mean?
He's
like
playing center field tonight. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I could be wrong about that.
There's a path to letting him.
Okay, Carson's the one lagging. It's not me. I thought I was lagging. No.
I'm in the. Hello. It kicked me out and like
two Carsons.
Just kick the other one out.
No, this is funnier.
Oh wait, no. Can you make it Peyton?
I don't know.
Or can you make it the picture? Can you make it Rudy's Pagoda, where you said the Royals were going to go 80 and 82? Can we do that one?
Maybe. I thought I was the one lagging, so I just kind of stopped talking. And
No, yeah. So the last thing I was saying is I feel like the Red Sox, in terms of spending and everything, it would make more sense for them like to re-sign Devers and then I don't know. I feel because that gets him under the luxury tax threshold.
Yeah, the thing about Story is that you're forgetting is that he stinks.
Yeah, but he's good at defense, right? Or am I bugging?
I don't know. I just like
Xander's a horrific. Xander Bogaerts is a DH.
I just really like making fun of Trevor Story.
Yeah. When I thought he was gonna get traded to the Cardinals at the deadline last July, it's like I really thought that we were gonna consider it.
Yeah, I don't know if you happen to watch the particular the This Week in Baseball. That
I haven't yet.
No, it was from a couple weeks ago. It was we were talking about the World Baseball Classic rosters, and I'm like, oh, this star power you have listing names and Trevor Story.
Oh yeah, yeah. And JT Realmuto, dude, yuck. What's Adley Rutschman doing? I gotta watch JT Realmuto again.
Probably developing, probably.
Ridiculous, bro.
Give him a couple of years.
He doesn't need to develop. He's the best catcher in the game already.
Yeah, but what if he does and just gets even better?
There's no, in my opinion, is there a better way to develop than playing against the best talent in the world for your country?
Yeah, but you also have to play with Trevor Story, and that's going to bring you down. So
no, it'll elevate him because everyone has to carry him.
That's true, actually. Carry him.
What was I about to look up? Oh yes. Oh, we're talking about world events. I'd like to know when the World Cup is done. Because I know it starts around Thanksgiving. Yeah, FIFA just take. Oh my God. The final is the 18th of December. Christ, dude.
Yeah, kind of crazy, but also like electric.
Dude, these stadium names are so funny.
In Qatar?
Yeah, because it's like it's names that are very clearly like probably have historical significance to the city or just like clearly like older stadiums and stuff. But then it's just like Stadium 974.
That's electric. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Like that sounds like a steampunk.
It's an electric name. Respect Stadium 974.
This stadium has been open for less than a year.
That was I'm just seeing highlights now from Jacksonville and the Chargers. That's an absurd throw by Justin Herbert. That man's got so much arm talent.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, he's
watching him play. James Robinson is also him. So
watching him play football does things to me physically. Like he's that good,
as it should.
Like you watch him play, and I'm like, I don't know how he just threw that ball.
Yeah, I was a little sad. Like I don't get Sundays off until 2 weeks from now, so I miss half the games. But in 2 weeks, I'll be able to watch them all.
Dude, I got to watch the Colts game, like actually on my TV and stuff, like not behind or anything.
It's always legal, in case people were wondering, but
we always watch things legally. Bro, fellow Glenbard West High School alum Alec Pierce had his first like really big game today. I mean,
nice.
It was only 3 catches for 61 yards, but like
that's a good game.
Two of his catches were very pivotal.
That's a 3 for 61 is a good game for a rook. Especially in a
you go 3 for 61 every game, you're gonna end up with 50 catches, 900 yards. Like
that's a good stat line. Bang. You're bound to get a touchdown or two in there.
Nestor, dude, this guy paints. I know it's fouled off, but still, it's crazy how like
his location's incredible.
Is he the new like Bartolo Colon of just like this little funky delivery? What are they checking?
What are they?
Like I can't call him Johnny Cueto because everyone conveniently forgets that Johnny Cueto stepped on somebody's head.
Cueto.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite clips of all time, dude.
It's so
dude. That cemented the Pirates as my forever second favorite NL Central team. Like the other three, the other three, like I actively root for their failure. But like in a hypothetical world where if it was possible for the Pirates to go like 161-1 and the Cardinals could go 162-0, yes, like sign me up. They've got. Oh
the
my
Cardinals
god!
could get 107 wins and the Pirates get 106.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever the math is, like if however many games the new schedule where the Cardinals and Pirates play each other, like if we just won every game against them and then the Pirates didn't lose another game the rest of the year and the Cardinals won every single game, perfect.
This is the perfect season.
It would be. I'm sorry, dude.
Quite literally would be.
It's a great sports city. Like you saw them in that wild card game. Like they pack PNC when those games matter.
I actively hate the Steelers, but like the Pirates, big fan. It's probably the next cap I'm gonna grab.
It's you're gonna get Stargell Star one or are you gonna get the modern one?
I want the Stargell Star one.
I don't blame you.
I'm gonna find it first.
Like it's a great stadium. It's a great sports city. It's great uniforms. Like great history. Like the Pirates have the only Game 7 World Series walk-off. The Pirates have the single greatest ending to a game ever.
Yeah, that's like in your backyard when you're playing as a kid. Like that's the situation you dream of. The Pirates did it.
The Pirates did that against the Yankees as well. Like lest we forget,
that's
man.
Quite literally, any kid right now, any baseball fan that's a kid in Pittsburgh right now, quite literally is probably imagined that like
of course, man.
Like is in that exact scenario, like against like the Yankees, like that's a Game 7, bottom of the 9th, like it's a walk-off grand slam, and it's electric, straight up.
Tristan Casas with the baby blue. What do you think? You're on the Cardinals, big man?
He's probably
that's not a team color.
Like City Connect stuff.
Oh, it is part of their City Connect. Not enough money in the budget for him to have like a different elbow guard.
Not for him.
I guess not, dude. He's on the you get one jersey a game or one jersey a year kind of
deal.
It had to be.
Yeah. But no, honestly, I kind of like it though. Actually, no, I don't. I lied.
I
liked it for a second, and then it got closer. I'm like, actually, I hate that. It looks good from a distance.
Who's at third? That was a respectable looking play. Was that Glaber? No. I didn't think so. Okay, I'm my mistake.
If it's a respectable looking play, probably not.
Well, that's why I was like, excuse me, what did I just see?
Who was it?
I think Cabrera. You are 14, right?
I think so.
Dude, breaks my heart seeing Harrison Bader. He changed his jersey number to 22 for the Yankees.
Harrison Bader?
He's not, though, dude. He's a good ball player. I miss him. Like, we need Montgomery, but, like, there was clearly no other way,
That's fair. It just seemed like a very, like, content, like, it's not, you're not excited about it, but you're like, like, very easily acceptable trade.
I'm way more excited about the Jose Quintana trade because that was the guy. I was like, the Cardinals are going to get him cheap, but, like, oh, my God, please, Braves or Mets, one of you start losing ball games, preferably the Mets. I want the two. We're just like running out of time to be eligible for the 2 seed. Like we cut the lead down from being like 9 or 10 back to being like 5 back or 4.5 back, and then it's kind of just stuck there.
Yeah. Oh,
like I think we're 6 back right now, and there's only 13 games left. Not
I'm
looking
just waiting,
good.
Hoping the Giants finish at 500.
I think you guys will.
I hope so. They definitely have a chance. They just can't keep losing to Arizona.
Gotta impress Judge, dude. Gotta impress Judge, man. You gotta have a winning season.
You gotta have at least a 500 season. They've had a good week and a half, like ever since the Dodgers series. They've been playing well. Dude,
I can't believe that we. Oh, hey, by the way, we talked about the Dodgers not having plus 300 run differential. Thank the Cardinals. I'm pretty sure we dropped the series, but we lowered their run differential. It was 11-0 after game 1. So
yeah, that's fair. That'll play.
They were down big. I'm sorry. Sorry if I haven't before mentioned it. Albert Pujols hit 2 home runs in one game to get to 700 for his career, and we absolutely beat the piss out of the Dodgers, and it was phenomenal.
I have no recollection of the event in
man,
question. I have no recollection of the event in question.
That's fine. Let me set the stage for you then. So
Oh
it's
no,
LA.
please don't.
It's LA. Big old Albert comes up, second, third inning. It's early in the ballgame. We're already up. We're already up by a couple runs. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. There was no score yet. Big Albert steps in. Tommy Edmonds on base. Guy like me's thinking, maybe Pujols shoots a little base hit. We could do a little hit and run with Tommy Edmonds. We might get a run here. No. Andrew Heaney says, I'm gonna throw you 94 right down Broadway. Pujols says, oh, no big deal. Let me park it 110 off the bat, 450 feet. I'm hyped. I'm jumping up and down. For those of you that don't know, I skipped a bar crawl. Diego's reading a great book, by the way, because he already knows this, of course, because Diego does his research ahead of time. You didn't read that page that fast, you liar. No one's buying. No one's buying that.
My bookmark was right here, dog.
Yeah.
Also, I use a playing card as my bookmark.
Why do you use a playing card as a bookmark? Are you just not a bookmark
Joker
guy?
I think it's cool.
It's probably bad of me, but I don't use bookmarks.
I think that's just kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a nice look. I'm always worried that I'll lose the bookmark, so I just memorize the page number.
See, I'm dumb, so I can't do that. I'm not that smart.
Anyway, then he comes up the next inning and hits another absolute bomb. I immediately, I was teared up a little bit. I called my mom. My mom was also watching the game, and then we spent 45 minutes. We were on the phone for so long, we get to watch Lars Nootbaar hit like another home run.
Respect.
My mom's a Lars Nootbaar fan, by the way.
Shout out Lars Nootbaar.
My mom liked Harrison Bader as well, but she's like, I didn't know how I felt about the trade, but Lars he can really smack the ball.
Lars is him. So,
and then as she said that, he goes, he can really smack the ball. He hit an absolute laser home run, and my mom was like, holy shit, he hit that hard. And I was like, yes, he did. I'm like, Mom, he's just Harrison Bader, but he walks.
He's just Harrison Bader, but
but he gets
on first.
Yeah, he gets on. Speaking of Moneyball,
he gets on base.
He gets on base.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not a big reader, which I'm pretty sure is a very well established thing on this.
I believe so. I believe.
Not a big reader, but while my internet was down for 3 days, I did a good bit of reading, and I read I got a good few chapters into that book, into Moneyball, and man, it's such a good read.
It is. Harrison Bader is going to be mic'd up for the second time this season, by the way.
Wow.
What's
Why
really
Harrison
funny
Bader this game? I feel like that's
because he got traded to his. Peyton's about to be really mad at me. He got traded to his hometown team, and it's his first week back of being healthy and stuff as well. So fans can ask him, "What's it like playing for the Yankees?"
I completely missed
I don't like how fast you had that loaded in, man. That clip is 6 hours old, if that.
Peyton stays ready. I'm gonna tell you.
He does, man. He does. I guess can't be mad at someone who's good at their job.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible.
Look at Harrison with that haircut, though, man. You guys absolutely stole something. You stole locks from him, dude.
Yeah,
Harrison Bader is the first white person where the Yankees' hair policy is objectively racist. He's the first white person where that's ever been applicable.
Way downtown, bang, bang! Oh, what a shot!
Dude, you need to respect his Goldilocks heritage and let him have that hair, dude.
Yeah, Yankees don't have racist policies. IMO.
Just please, like Aaron Judge, just convert to Islam in the offseason and then grow the beard out. And what are they going to do?
Just
say
sign
no?
Not in New York.
That's
Yankees would probably trade him.
Breaking news. Clip, you heard it here. Per Diego.
Not to Boston, that's
I
for
want to
sure.
make sure I get the quote. I want to make sure I get the quote right. Per Diego. The Yankees would rather trade Aaron Judge than employ him if he began the teachings of the Quran. I just want to make sure I have that correct.
I wouldn't put it past the New York Yankees. Just straight up. I know this
most
is like
home runs in a
wild
season in American League
allegations,
history.
but like
Now
also,
now
yes.
show most home runs in a season in National League history. With no DH, we smoke your poverty junior league.
Shut up,
That's all I have to say.
I don't care. I don't care.
Deal with it. National League is superior, dude. COVID didn't exist the last time an American League team won the World Series.
That's right.
And that includes 2019. It's in the name.
The Colts had a walk-off pick today.
Yes. We about blew the game, and then the Chiefs had one timeout in the ball at about the 40 and about 10
right.
seconds on the clock. So they needed about, a nice little 15-yarder to send it to overtime. And then Fraud Mahomes couldn't make a simple pass play. I couldn't even tell you the name of the guy that picked it off. Like at first I thought it was
He
Gilmore.
wore 28. I don't know what that tells you.
That's not Shaq Leonard. That's not EJ Speed. That's not Stephon Gilmore. That's not Kenny.
Also, I love seeing like Matt Ryan happy. It just makes me a little happier in life.
Well, he's playing on
like
a competent.
Matt Ryan.
He plays for a competent franchise. I'm sure he's very happy.
I mean, the Falcons were competent for a year.
They were competent while he was there, but they weren't consistent.
Oh no, he made it to a Super Bowl though. So
Peyton in the chat said, "Win an All-Star game once." Yeah, dude, I'm really sad. The exhibition game that means absolutely nothing. You know what all the best players in the National League are doing? Getting healthy to win the World Series. That's why you don't win the All-Star game. They all opt out and they let, It's the most important game of Mike Trout's career every year. So
okay.
yeah, all right. I'm sorry.
Except for that 1 year when they did make the playoffs.
No, surely they won a game in that playoff series.
Surely they had Mike Trout. And everyone knows that baseball can be won or lost by one player.
Lost the last 4 All-Star games that mattered, by the way. Oh, back with the home field advantage thing? I don't know. All I remember is that Prince Fielder won the 2011 World Series. Like, he had a go-ahead home run in the 8th, and then because of that, the Cardinals got to have home field advantage in the World Series. So we were like, LMAO, thanks, Brewers.
LMAO.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I love Prince, but it was like, thank you for that gift.
I do love Prince. I miss Prince Fielder.
Once he was no longer on the Brewers, I enjoyed Prince Fielder.
Tigers Prince Fielder.
Yeah, Rangers Prince Fielder even. No, we're number 84.
Rangers Prince Fielder.
Who
yeah.
does that?
Prince Fielder is the only person who would do that, and I love it.
Yeah, like that's dope.
Prince Fielder is
Oh,
awesome.
Peyton in the chat. Yeah, that's a good thing. The Cubs not getting to celebrate that at Wrigley was a good thing. Objectively a good thing.
Man, that Halloween costume.
Because here's the thing. It didn't matter to Cleveland. Because Cleveland had literally just won the NBA title.
Yeah.
Like, they just went 3-1 comeback on the Warriors. Like, it didn't matter to them. I mean, it did, but, like...
Not as much.
And if that was at Wrigley Field, do you know how many... That
It would have been almost as bad as Philadelphia when they won the Super Bowl.
So I know you're a Cowboys fan, man, but, like...
Philadelphia literally, like, destroyed their city. Like, I don't know what you mean,
I rock
dude.
with the Birds, dude. I do rock with the Eagles.
They're one of the worst fan bases in the NFL. I don't know what to tell you.
So are the Cowboys, though. You guys are all so bad. You guys are all
They're
so
not bad
though.
as in the Eagles cheer for other team injuries. Like, ever since, like...
You ever been on? I saw some horrific things said about Tua today from Bills fans, dude.
That's fair. But, like, it's been the Eagles. This has been their thing for years. They did it with Michael Irvin's pretty much career-ending injury. They, like, cheered him as he got, like, off the field.
Maybe they were cheering because he gave a thumbs up because he was okay.
Oh yeah, because Philadelphia is very city of
Yeah.
brotherly love. Hasn't
Yeah.
met Jack.
Oh, Harrison, dude, look at him. I'll never forget what I was gonna say earlier is when he's mic'd up with the Cardinals earlier. They were like, "What's the best sports city to play in?" And he said New York City is number 2, but he's like, honestly, St. Louis is better. And I was like, thank you for lying, dude.
Thank you
actually,
for just lying straight to everybody.
Actually, though,
That makes me feel
you
good.
know what? I'll give this take.
Give it.
Playing for a New York sports team seems horrific. Same
Oh,
with
yeah.
Boston, same with Philadelphia. They're like 3 cities where I would never ever want to I would never want to have know anyone that has to play in any of those sports. I would not wish it on anyone because
Yeah.
it is you guys can on your own time look up the quotes that
Yes.
Joey Gallo said during his time as a Yankee, but those are 3 markets that I really truly do not wish,
Upon your worst enemy.
Yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan, but at the end of the day, it's nice to play in St. Louis. It's nice to play in Chicago. No one wants to live in Ohio, so don't ask me about Cincinnati.
I'm just saying, players love playing in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, right? There's a lot of pressure that comes with being
Pretty decent
a
snap
Giant
at
or being a
right?
Dodger, but look at Joey Gallo's literally on record being it's nice to feel like I'm having fun playing baseball again, talking about playing for the Dodgers. You have to give that fan base credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And I include Giants, even Oakland fans, bro. The
Oakland
Athletics
fans are quite literally the best in baseball.
They are some of the best fans in baseball because it's very unfair. You know, I saw a statistic. They've had 100 lost seasons since the 60s. Doesn't that seem not real?
What?
Dude, I saw a stat. I swear, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, now I'm gonna look it up too.
That's crazy. It's something where they've had, or maybe it was they've had 5 since 1966. It's something where I was legitimately surprised how low the number was.
The A's also some of the best logos, jerseys historically throughout their history.
Yeah, dude.
Just
They haven't lost 100 games since 1979.
Man, that's crazy. Good for them.
That just seems not real. I mean, they're gonna have to finish 7-3 in their last 10 games to
not do it this year. Who are they playing at the end of the season?
Dude, they have to probably play the Astros at least once.
Yeah, Bateman is a good point. How hard it is to
lose 100 games. I mean, but with how
Oakland's run and has been run the last couple of years, especially.
Let's go to maybe what was when was their last big rebuilding?
Well, I guess not the last couple of years
because they went back to back over. They were 5-6, lost to ALCS in 2006, and then they had 3 straight losing seasons, right? The 2009 A's, not a game. They didn't lose 100 games. Listen to this lineup. Tell me if there's a legitimately employable. There is one OPS in here over 800.
What year?
2009. A year I feel it's kind of in our childhood ish, in that era.
2009.
This starting lineup was.
I cannot tell you anyone on those teams.
Adam Kennedy. Peak Matt Holliday, I will say, 29. Well, not peak in terms of OPS, but in terms of age, he's 29. Rajai Davis, Ryan Sweeney, and Jack Cust. This I have Nomar Garcia-Parra, Cliff Pennington, Scott Harris.
I don't know if Carson's still cutting out again, but if it's me again, but where's the hair on my mic? This is your fault, Carson. Don't want to hear it. So that made me to assume it's Carson. But this is what happens when you talk about the 2009 Oakland A's. Or the A's as a franchise in general. You lose everything as far as the internet connection goes. Not true, but funny. But I'm assuming it's in. I'm just going to talk a little bit here. Well, we get a cards break. True. Oh, it's just me now. Wow, we can talk about not the. Let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray hasn't been good. Bringing it back to the A's. Actually, he's been fine. Like honestly, he hasn't been that good though. Like he's looking a little iffy to start the year here. This is no Football Digest, but Gridiron Digest, I believe, is the running joke we have for that. But yeah, it's been a little tough. I missed a lot of NFL action today, so I'm trying to kind of catch up a little bit here. But also, the MLB season coming to a close here. Oh, so fun thing, Buster Posey's now a part owner of the San Francisco Giants. 1/30th of a note of share, quote unquote, of the team. This draft, or not his draft capital, his capital in the team, I suppose is what you would call it. Not a lot, but owning something nonetheless, which is kind of cool. It's pretty interesting, especially since his former player joining an ownership group, which I don't know how many former players in baseball have ownership of their previous teams, at least partially. But I guess that's something I can look up. Let's look that up really quick. Because a lot of other sports stars have ownership of baseball teams, soccer teams. Mahomes is a part owner of the Royals. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. But honestly, also really cool. So now I'm trying to figure out what other teams. Let's see. Well, Michael Jordan owns the Hornets or does something along with those lines, which is really cool if you think about it. Let me see. None of these. Oh yeah, David Beckham owns a soccer team, an MLS team now. I forgot about that. He owns Inter Milan. No, not Inter Milan. No, it's Inter Miami. Wow. That's not Inter Milan. That's a much bigger team. But Inter Miami, that's pretty cool. They're going to make the playoffs this year in the MLS, in case anyone was curious. Oh, Steve Nash is a part owner of the Vancouver Whitecaps. I did not know that. But that's also very fun. Yao Ming was an owner of the Shanghai Sharks for a while. Did not know that either. I'm just looking at an article now at this point. But it's interesting nonetheless. And then I guess another big one is Magic Johnson is part of that ownership team that owns the Dodgers. Also kind of cool. No, the article's getting out. But nonetheless, very interesting stuff. Guess we're done with that. That's the article side. I don't want to stop working. But, I don't know. I think it's really cool to see Buster Posey step into that role. And it was funny because we got a little inside scoop on the messages between Crawford and Posey. It's kind of cool.
Sorry, everyone. A little bit of technical difficulties there. That's always fun. I also, in our chat about stream setup, announced myself as DK Metcalf, so that's really cool. Instead of saying, I don't know what's up, the message came out as, I'm DK, what's up?
I'm DK.
I'm DK, what's up? Anyway, I don't know when you stopped
DK.
hearing me list 2009 Oakland Athletics. Basically,
I don't think I even heard you start.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, I listed the lineup and then said, how did that team should have been very bad, and they still managed to win 75 games. So,
yeah. I was talking about
who as a scientist judges the greatest of all time? Dude, he's He's not even a top 3 outfielder like of this generation. Like let's
I mean,
pump
he
the
could
brakes.
get there.
He's not going to pass Trout, Betts, or Harper.
I'm just saying he could get there. Is what I'm saying. There's a chance. It's not a non-zero chance. I mean, he probably won't.
Comfortably
like-
not 1.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
No disrespect, but like he's
Maybe
not, he's,
3. Like I don't know where.
Harper's got multiple MVPs though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, can't rule it out yet.
I just think because of age, I think he'll fit. You think he's 4th?
I'm not even sure he's 4th.
Who would you put over him?
I don't
Mike
know.
Yastrzemski. No.
Yes. What's the era we're defining here?
Actually, I'll be putting Mauricio Dubon over Aaron Judge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wait, what's
It's
the
about
era we're defining?
it's about value of what you bring to a locker room. Like a lot of what you see isn't always on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Giants started losing when they traded Dubon. That's straight up just true.
Yankees are going to start losing next year once they have to, trade Judge because he sees the light of Islam. I'm very for this joke that Aaron Judge is going to convert to Islam and then sign with the Guardians. Let's combine my other inside joke with Aaron Judge. Listen, man, they have a flexible payroll, the youngest roster in the league, and they're fresh off a division championship. And that AL Central is
The Guardians. Dude, Tristan McKenzie is so good at baseball.
dude. He's so much fun to watch pitch.
I
So
love
much
watching.
fun.
Also, I knew his nickname was Sticks. I didn't know it was Dr. Sticks, though.
Ooh, Bello twice has thrown a pitch multiple inches not in the strike zone. Oh my God, Spike Lee, dude. Aren't you a Mets fan?
Spike
I have
Lee.
no idea. I have no idea what team he's a fan of. Reggie Miller owns him. That's all you got to know.
Yeah, but while you were gone, I was talking about players owning or partially owning teams. Yeah, like if Buster Posey had joined the Giants leadership ownership group this last week.
Oh, you mean like literal?
Yes, literally owning.
I thought you were like, yeah, man. Buster Posey always used to crush the Diamondbacks. Like I didn't know.
No, I meant quite literally joining an ownership group.
You know what would
I
make me
thought that
really
was-
excited? You know who has the all-time record for home runs or like visitor home
Barry
runs
Bonds.
at the Astros Stadium?
Whom?
Number 5, the Machine does. I think he has 65 home runs.
You can't just say that and just say "I think" at the end. You have to at least know if you're gonna say it like that.
If I'm remembering the graphic from MLB that I saw correctly, which I believe I am.
But it was just
Because I'll be honest, the way the
number
graphic
5
was,
does. I think
because the graphic was very confusing. The way they worded it was most by a because I would have just worded it as most by a visiting player, right?
Yeah.
That makes way more sense. They worded it I don't know, the way they worded it was kind of awkwardly that made me when I was reading I had to read it a couple times to be I'm reading that correctly, right? That's what that means.
this is in fact correct, right?
Anthony Rizzo 32 home runs on the year. Show me any of them hit further than 15 feet away from the foul pole in right field.
His image could not be found.
Real. I mean, I say that Nolan Arenado was in a huge pull merchant, but the difference is our left field fence is about 30 feet deeper. So
It's a big difference.
that's a very big difference. He has the most. I actually do know this for certain. Nolan Arenado is the most home runs off Clayton Kershaw of any player.
Really?
Mhm.
That doesn't shock me because they were in the same division for so long.
Do you know what the
How
number
many
is, though?
Is it 8?
5.
Is it 5?
That's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting that the record is 5.
Yeah. You know what's even funnier? That Madison Bumgarner has one.
Did he have 1 or 2?
I think he has 2. But
I was gonna say I thought he got Kershaw a couple of times. I don't
I'm
know.
pretty
I don't.
sure he
I,
did. I'll double check.
He's
Hold up.
cooked. He is a Sunday dinner. He is cooked beyond belief.
talking about Bumgarner because dude. Listen, man, I'm not saying I'd be a good GM, but I would be a good GM because Cardinals Twitter was we should totally trade for Madison Bumgarner. And I'm no, he's not good. He is not good. His
He's
advanced
not
metrics are terrible.
Bad.
and he makes like $14 million. This is where I was like, we should.
Oh yeah,
absolutely
he's
trade
making
for-
way too much money.
I was like, this is where I was like, we should trade for Jose Quintana instead. The dude makes $2 million for the year. I will take on
I
the
love my-
Quintana deal without hesitation.
I love my Madison Bumgarner jersey though.
Oh, dude, I respect Mason Saunders more than the next guy.
Mason Saunders, dude, having a Saunders 40 Giants jersey though would go crazy.
That would actually be so
and
sick,
Saunders, that'd be awesome.
If he
I would
didn't,
love
if he
that.
didn't hate everyone and everything, I'm sure he would enjoy signing that. But
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't need to see
But he
Bello
does, in
highlights
fact,
of him
hate
against the Orioles. Show me highlights against a team I don't like, dude.
What was I looking up again? Oh, I'm looking at hitting stats. Hold on. Nope, that's not what I need. Standard batting.
This Torres at
How
bat
many-
is big in my fantasy league.
How many career home runs do you think Madison Bumgarner has?
21.
It's close.
What is it?
Incorrect. It is 19.
Oh, I was very close. Wow.
You were really close. What's his top mark of the season? If you had to guess.
Top OPS, you said?
No, just top
Oh,
home
top
run
homer?
mark of the season.
Probably. It's either 4 or 6, isn't it?
So pick one.
4.
It's 5.
Ah.
I was really hoping you were like, let's just relay in the middle at 5.
Oh, I should have. You opened the door for me. I should have, man.
Yeah, but his what's kind of funny is he did have one season where he finished with an OPS plus of over 100, 113.
Yeah, dude, it's fire when guys are able to do that. Like Zach Greinke, I'm sure he's got a year like that too. Let me pull
It's
it up.
awesome. He probably does. 2014 Madison Bumgarner was different, dude.
Dude, Zach Greinke has a year where he like legitimately hit like 265. Like it's like a
Yeah.
triple slash that you look at, and if I gave you this, like I'm gonna give you a Zach Greinke like triple slash, you're not gonna believe it.
Yeah, that 2014 Madison Bumgarner in 78 plate appearances, he hit 258 batting average, 286 on base, 470 slug, 755 OPS, 113 OPS plus.
Oh my god, dude.
With 4 home runs, 15 ribbies, 17 total hits, and he walked twice.
Are you ready for this? 2013 Zach Greinke triple slash.
Sure.
29 games, 72 plate appearances, 328, 409, 379. What?
So funny.
What is that Jeff McNeil stat line, dude? That's absurd. To be clear, right? Yeah, 328, 409, 377, 788 OPS. I'm going to look up Jeff McNeil's stat line from this
I was
season,
gonna
and I bet it's going to be
say.
not that far off.
It would be really
People's
funny.
stat line this year, 318, 374, 440. That's for 814 OPS. He's Jeff McNeil with a few less homers. That's
That's kind of
outlandish.
cool. That's kind of sick, though. I'm not gonna
Zach's
lie.
that guy, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Imagine, I think it'd be really funny just to be like, hey, we're gonna give you this blind triple slash. Guess the player, and it's just Madison Bumgarner and Zach Greinke from years,
Yep.
and people
Yep.
are guessing not these players.
Like utility players were like, 6 homers. Like, okay, maybe like a leadoff guy. Like,
I'm like, that's a guy who doesn't hit for a lot of power. But probably gets on base a good amount.
was
It's probably like a defensive-
Brendan Donovan, maybe?
He's probably like a glove first guy, but hits for a decent average.
Yep.
Like
The Luis Guillormes of the world.
exactly, precisely. And it's like, psych. That's Madison Bumgarner's 2014 season.
Goodness, man. Chicago White Sox.
Bad.
Dude, they're on an L6, eliminated from the playoffs.
Lol. Hey, but White Sox fans, you have something to look forward to. Tony La Russa is not managing your team for at least the rest of the year.
He's done.
Yeah, he should be. If the White Sox somehow, some way bring back Tony La Russa, they deserve to be relegated to minor league baseball. I know it's not a system in place, but it should be for that.
Dude, I don't want to hear this. Also, so I'm looking at the Major League Baseball standings. I don't want to hear this nonsense about the Cardinals. Oh, play winning teams. Braves have the exact same number of losses against teams over 500 that we do.
Play losing teams more, IMO.
Yeah, shout out to Dodgers, by the way. The Dodgers have played less games against teams over 500 than the Cardinals. I don't want to hear this. Oh, the NL Central cupcake schedule. The Dodgers don't no offense, Diego, but it's like this year they're not
Giants
playing in
are
a
bad.
good division.
What do you mean?
Like the NL West is a joke. It's a joke of a division this year. It's not good. It doesn't matter
I
that.
respect the Arizona Diamondbacks, dog.
Then that's what I'm saying, right? Like we're talking about a team that's 12 games under 500.
Yeah.
Like that team, the Cubs have 4 less wins. The Cubs are 3.5. If the Cubs and Diamondbacks were in the same division, the Cubs would be 3.5 games back. I don't want to hear that. It makes me sick.
Sick to my stomach.
It does, dude. It's ridiculous. Every division has 2 good teams and then 3 teams with a losing record. That's what most divisions are supposed to be. The AL East is like the only outlier in that.
I mean, yeah. The AL East forgot that they're supposed to have bad teams in it. So they decided to just have good ones.
It's nonsense. Utter nonsense. Nestor. Ooh, Al.
Oh, good ones and the Red Sox. I forgot to throw that in there. But
Wait, dude.
I can't wait for Baltimore to be good next year.
Bro, I know I need the Tampa Bay collapse. I need the Tampa Bay collapse. Like
I don't even need the Tampa Bay collapse. I just need the Baltimore surgeons. Like
it's the only way Tampa gets, or it's the only way Baltimore makes the playoffs, though.
No, that's
the only way Baltimore makes the playoffs is if it's either that or the Mariners collapse. But the thing is, like, the Mariners deserve to be rewarded for.
Oh, you mean this season?
Yes.
Oh, I meant like moving forward. I'm like,
I mean like right now the Rays are like 4 games up with like 12 to go. Like,
I would love to see the Mariners make it and
doable.
the Orioles. I would love to see the Tampa collapse as well.
My dream wild card teams. Well, I wanted either Baltimore or Toronto to win the division, but like, dude, a Seattle, Baltimore, and Toronto is the wild card teams.
Oh, give me that every day of the week.
Those are teams that can make some magic happen.
They're just fun, easy to root for teams.
You want them to succeed, bro. I want to watch Vlad go yard. I want to watch Santander go deep. Like, oh my goodness,
Anthony
man.
Santander is so criminally underrated. He is so good at baseball.
Cal Raleigh has been a dog on the road. You look at his road splits. Like, dude, his homes at home, he's basically like peak Mike Zunino, like 190 hitter, but like has some decent pop. On the road, dude, we're talking about a guy that has like a 260 batting average. Like, I don't know what it is, but when he's not playing in Seattle, yeah, dude, it's like
reverse split.
It's like plus 60 or 70 points in batting average when he's on the road.
Crazy, dude. What?
I don't know what it is because like it's not like their outfield has a weird dimension. You know, it's like Baltimore where I could maybe see like if he was a right-handed. You know, like it's not like that for power, but yeah, his power splits like he's like twice as many home runs on the road, which that part does make sense, but it's the contact. The trade-off with Seattle is you get less home runs but more hits.
The Mariners don't deserve to be talked about today. Where's the Mariners hat? I'm gonna have one in arm's reach.
It's just like the scene in Moneyball, except pretend they made the comeback.
Also, like. This is one of my favorite hats, like the old school Mariners logo.
Yeah, that's fire. It's also Peyton. I can talk about the Cardinals more if you want, Peyton.
No, it's okay. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, magic number is 3, by the way. Yep. I know, tough scenes.
Yep. Scenes indeed.
One thing about Nestor that I do like that he won't have to make an adjustment for. This is why I think Nestor might be not as big of a regression candidate as some people think. Mm-hmm. I am not worried about this brother with a pitch clock.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not.
He spends more time in the windup than he does getting set.
Yeah. There's some guys you're not going to have to worry about. Nestor's like the guy you're not going to have to be concerned about. Like, Nestor... It's also like, I don't know. I think it's just, interesting to see. Like, I've been rooting for Nestor all year just because I drafted him in my fantasy league this year out of pure, like, he'll probably be all right.
Dude, do you want to hear something devastating? The guy that is in like the super close matchup that might make the championship, he at the start of the year, he had too many starting pitchers, so he had to cut a couple. He cut Spencer, Strider, and Nestor.
This on me. This one is on me. Gentlemen, my bad.
Diego might be the one with issues right now. I don't want to speak. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Diego might be the one this time. I don't think this one's me.
I think this one's me. I think
anyway, did you hear what I said though?
No, I did not. That one was
So
100% me because like I tried opening too many tabs on my computer.
There it is. So the guy that might be making championship might not be. He had too many starting pitches at the start of the year, right? You know, it's like the start of the year. It's a dynasty league, so you kind of got to make some roster cuts to bring some guys in. You know, some prospects that made the team. He cut 2 starting pitchers.
Hell.
What? I just heard a vague "what the hell" and that's it. I think he's freezing up on us again. Ladies and gentlemen, you already heard, so I'll wait for him to catch back up with us.
Braves, they play in a weak division. White Sox, they play in the best division in baseball. Every team in there is elite. So for Cease to have the day he did is just simply incredible.
That's a crazy. I've seen the GIF of Scott doing that before, but I've never seen. I don't think I've ever heard that with the audio. That is. That's an audio. That's an audio. That's, you know, there's a lot of audio out there, and that's one of them. Anyway, this Nestor and regression thing. People talk about, Nah, I lied. We're good. Yankees fans, rest easy. Everyone likes to point to Nestor as like an obvious example of a regression candidate. And I think there's validity to it in the sense that a lot of the times, right, we don't want to talk about necessarily somebody who, when there's like a lack of consistency, right? Like guys that we really, really fall in love with are guys that are super consistent and can execute pitches really well. And they do it consistently, like, and you know what you're going to get. And I think that's why there's some of that hesitation, some of that concern with a guy like Nestor, solely because of the fact that he's got sort of that sort of counter punch. Like Nestor very much feels like the kind of pitcher that, like, if this is where you get to steal a little bit of boxing terminology, Nestor very much feels sort of like a punch counter punch kind of guy. And I think that analytics tends to shy away from those kind of arms because, you know, it's a little bit more of a gamble. But they're also fun. They're fun to watch pitch. Like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings. It's like they're not wrong, but sometimes it's like you want to root for the human spirit. And that's why I think a pitching profile and a style like Nestor, it's kind of why I root for that. You putting your hands up to make sure you're good?
Back. Yeah.
I was saying how
I don't know what that was.
I was saying how analytics doesn't like Nestor as much. The TLDR is, and it's understandable why not, but it's fun to root for the human spirit and the RNG of baseball. And Nestor is a prime example of like the randomness of baseball and getting rewarded for it.
No, that's fair. I get that.
And I like that. Anyway, the guy that's in my very close fantasy matchup, Diego, he had to cut 2 pitchers at the start of the year because of roster cuts. He cut Spencer Strider and Nestor Cortez.
That's brutal.
Braves, they play in a weak division. White Sox, they play in the best division in baseball. Every team in there is elite. So for Cease to have the day he did is just simply incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely an eyebrow raiser. And like I say that like this is a guy that still employs like on his pitching staff, at least starters. Like he has Dylan Cease, Framber Valdez, Zach Gallen, Pablo Sandoval, Giolito before he stunk, Montas. Like he had a very good starting rotation. Like it was just too many cooks in the kitchen. And like obviously hindsight's 2020. And at the start of 2022, if you were like, should I cut Lucas Giolito or Spencer Strider? No one on planet Earth is going to tell you to cut Lucas Giolito over Spencer Strider. But I was the Nestor. I remember I texted him when he cut Nestor because I added him like the next day because I was like, worst case scenario, this guy was sub-3 last year. Like, I want that on the roster.
Nestor was good.
I'm like, you cut him?
He's been good.
He's like, I had better options, and I was like, I'm like, I guess, man, I'd cut a hitter if you have to, you know.
No, yeah, I mean, trade him.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, clearly it's worked out well for him, and it worked out well for me because I was the person that added Nestor. So I don't have too many complaints. But
benefits.
I am reaping the benefits. But you know, it's almost like he got traded for cash considerations almost. Like it's almost like one of those trades where like, oh, we just don't have a roster room for this guy, but we need him. Roger Maris, dude.
That'll happen though.
Gets his number retired for being like a 2-year wonder.
I mean, you have those.
Cardinal legend, to be clear. No one knows that. I'm pretty sure he was on the 1967 Cardinals. Back on that iPad. I can hear Diego eating, but I can't see him eating. They just don't want to see us win tonight, folks. Anyway, let's talk about other people that are in this game that I like. You know who I don't like and I never really did like was Bobby Dahlbeck. And I don't know. I don't want to sound like a boomer, but it's like sometimes if a guy's too handsome, he can't be good at baseball. I think that's a real thing. You can't be insanely handsome and be good at this game. You can be handsome, but I don't think you can be crazy handsome. Peyton, I apologize in the chat. You did. Lars Nootbaar is attractive, but is he crazy attractive? I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's breaking the mold. I'd like to see him get some more hits. I will say that. Because back when Buddy was rocking,
don't know what's going on.
That's a little double down the line, or is it foul? Oh, just foul. Diego, I'm saying I think it's possible to be attractive and good at baseball, but I don't think there's a limit to how handsome you can be before you just can't be a good baseball player. I'm talking about Bobby Dahlbeck. He's too handsome.
Gabe Kapler stunk as a player.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's a limit.
I think it's funny because Giants Twitter really likes Gabe Kapler. And it's probably because half of Giants Twitter is like teenage girls who thinks he's hot, which I understand. But
he says, which I understand.
Diego's like, look, have we dreamed about his boisterous forearms before, holding us tenderly after a nice dinner date? Maybe. We all have. We've all done it. Like, this is not just a me thing.
But when it comes to his on the field management, separate the artist from the art.
There it is. There's the one. Is this the same t-shirt?
Yeah, I don't think I'm wearing the same t-shirt.
Dude, Nestor's at 75 pitches through 3 2/3. Ooh.
Oh boy, I didn't even realize the pitch count was that high.
Neither did I. It felt like he was like
Yikes.
working through stuff pretty fine. I guess the Boston's just been taking solid ABs tonight. I don't know. The Yankees having Corona on the mound. Now, is that the Yankees or is that Sunday Night Baseball? Trying to see here. It looks like it's courtesy of Sunday Night Baseball. Because I was going to say, I'd have been very surprised if the Yankees would be willing to shill for a beer company on their mound like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be
Peyton in the chat is saying Sunday Baseball. Yeah, I thought so. It looked like it.
What's
but
hypocritical? Is that the word?
For how persnickety that organization is, having a beer sponsor like on the field like that, giving prime placement, I would have raised my eyebrows a little bit. Oh, 32 cool for the tarp design. Have I told you before what the Cardinals like field tarp design is? I'm going to continue into this. The Cardinals tarp design, for those that don't know, they're sponsored by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. There are two teams, actually, they're bitter rivals, that crush the field tarp sponsorship, and that is the Cubs and the Cardinals. The Cardinals, theirs is sponsored by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. And, you know, for those of you back in the day that remember, it was like getting a newspaper delivered to your front house. It came in a little plastic bag, and depending on the color was depending on your publication. St. Louis Post-Dispatch, it's yellow. So it's a great pitch. It would be yellow. So the tarp design layout for the Cardinals is, you know, it's a St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and it's yellow the same way that the it'd be like if you had a newspaper on your front stoop. The other team, the Cubs, that do it really, really well, what they do is they are sponsored by Reynolds Wrap. Like the big, like the sheet, you know, a little, when you wrap, we got leftovers. So obviously the tarp that they like put on the field, isn't that like aluminum silver color? Like that, I think would be very, very cool. Thank you. In the chat, it might be the Carson Melinda show. It might be if Diego can't seem to. It's that new internet, you know. He hyped it up, and but yeah, I don't know. The Cubs just do that right as well. I'll give them credit. I think the Cubs and the Cardinals have the best sort of. I almost said infield wrap. I don't know if that's the right terminology to use there, but like tarp covering. But because like the tarp is the covering. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, those are the two for me that I enjoy very, very much. So
I truly don't know what's going on.
I was just saying how the Cubs and the Cardinals have the best field tarp sponsorships in baseball.
What are they?
Cardinals, it's St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and it's in the same design as what the newspaper comes in. Like if it was on your front stoop, it's like in the yellow bag with the label printed. And the Cubs, it's Reynolds Wrap,
Thanks.
like the like foil for leftovers.
They're both very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are. I know it's a little bit of regional bias because I've seen them both. Maybe there are other teams that have other really good ones too, but like those two are both like very, very like good branding. Like I think Reynolds is a Chicago-based company.
You can find out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let me. If there's anything you need done research, I don't want to like I can't lose you again. Reynolds Wrap. Just kidding. Their headquarters are in Auckland, New Zealand.
Oh, nice.
What's
their
the original?
American?
Founded in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, there you go.
Learn something new every day. What was the company that we learned was from Chicago? Was it Morton Sea Salt? No. Ooh, 4 games back, man. 4 games back has me tingling for the Mariners. Goodness. See something new every day. See something new every day when you're on Twitter.com, folks. Let me tell you. That's into the gap. That's going to be a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I will give you a little bit of insight into the fantasy matchup. Not my own, thankfully. I clinched my spot in the championship. Hopefully, knock on wood, You never know. But it's looking good. However, the other semifinal matchup has it's come down to Oswaldo Cabrera versus Gleyber Torres. And with that double, We're going to go to the scoreboard right here. He is still ahead. He's only ahead by 2 points in OPS. He does hold the tiebreaker, though, which is very, very interesting. So it's going to be an evening. It's going to be an evening, and I'm very, very – I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating it out a little bit. You know, I don't know. Like right now, for example, it would be detrimental, but like for the guy I'm playing in fantasy or the guy one of the other guys that are playing their fantasy matchup, but I'd be lying to you guys if I said I didn't want to see a Harrison Bader home run here. I mean, oh, that bat flip into the hand. Let me tell you, I can't do play-by-play. They'll kick me off. Day. I make that joke far too frequently, thinking we're some sort of hotshot organization with Twitch.com breathing down our necks. We're not. If you guys are at all,
We're
worried.
not.
We're
not that big yet.
Not yet. Exactly.
Not yet.
I
Especially
was
with
saying,
these
Diego, that
internet issues.
hey, I think we've only gone up in viewership. We're at the highest we've been all night. So this internet connectivity, maybe there's certain key phrases. Like maybe there's a lot of people on Twitch like needing troubleshooting for their internet right now. And by us saying it like the script bot that can hear the words we're saying is like, maybe they're being helpful. Bello. Good stat line so far. Not too bad. We maybe lost him again. As Bader strikes out, that's very unfortunate, man. I do like him a lot. It's funny because you go back, right? For those of you that have been with us for at least over a year, I guess not by this time. By this time last year, I was all, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows because the Cardinals rattled off a W-17. You go back a year and about 3 weeks and ask me my thoughts on anybody that had, frankly, pretty much anything to do with the St. Louis Cardinals organization. I was very pessimistic. I was very, very pessimistic. Wasn't happy. I wasn't having the best time, but Bader to me always felt like a guy that was going to end up leaving either in free agency or via trade. Don't necessarily – I don't know if other people can relate to that feeling. That's definitely a feeling that I just have sometimes. Like, and it's not because they're bad people. They don't want to buy into the team. They don't want to be a part of it. But I feel like everybody as a fan has those guys on their roster that they're like, I don't know if this guy's going to be, putting on the same jersey for his entire career. And I know that's exceedingly rare in baseball, in pro sports in general, but I'm a sucker for it. And I like when that's within the realm of possibility. So, yeah. Sucks to see him leave, but Peyton in the chat said, me watching Gary Sanchez. Same deal, right? Where, like, part of you is like, is this guy going to be on my team for forever? Not even if they're good or not. Like, Brett Gardner's a great example. That was a disgusting pitch. Goodness, he's got grade 2 seam. But, yeah, like, it's not even about necessarily them being good all the time. Yadier Molina, dude. That guy's not been good this year, but, like, next year's is going to not – next year – watch your mouth. That's a Hall of Famer you're talking about. I did see somebody tweet, they were like, I just realized Yadi and Pujols are going to get, like, into the Hall of Fame at the same time, and I was like, maybe the Cardinals Hall of Fame. Let's pump the brakes on – I don't know if Yadi – I hope Yadi's first ballot, but, like, I'm not going to go that far, man.
He could be. I think it all depends on how.
If he'd been nominated for another Roberto Clemente Award this year and won, maybe. He went down to Puerto Rico this year. Don't ask me why he went. He did some humanitarian work down in Puerto Rico. For those of you that don't know what I'm referencing, I'm talking about Yadier Molina taking a weekend series off against the Diamondbacks to go watch the professional basketball team that he is the owner of win their championship. There's a great picture of him holding the trophy with a nice stogie in his mouth. And Cardinals fans were a little bit upset by it, but I'll be honest, we were playing the Diamondbacks and we won both games. So it's kind of like, I'm not really moved by you. You weren't. It hasn't been good. It's not like. I don't even know how to describe it necessarily. Like I don't like. I'm trying not to cook myself, right? Because what I could have just said is gone. It's not like Paul Goldschmidt or Nolan Arenado took some time off, because those fellows decided to take some time off for very different reasons. Get vaccinated and get boosted. If you're not at minimal vaccinated at this point, like, come on. I am going to get my Omicron booster soon. Not sure when, but I'll get it soon. I'm out of grape soda. I don't know if you guys know this. You have no reason of knowing this. This cup holds like 2 full grape brushes worth, and I've powered through all of them in the first 80 minutes of this broadcast, which I don't know how that is for my health, but we're just going to ignore that and power right through.
You don't need to worry about it. It's fine.
When I'm shaking in my bed later while trying to like watch some regular show before going to bed, and I'm like, why do I feel this way? We know, buddy.
I wonder why.
Jose Trevino, our producer is a Yankees fan. Has he been good on defense? Like, they're very good on defense. Like, is he worth it? He has 760 or 670 OPS. Has the Trevino experience been an enjoyable one? Yes. Nice. I didn't know. I don't follow the Yankees, so not bad. I mean, I guess 670 OPS is look at the framing numbers. I'm kind of an eye test guy with a catcher, I'll be honest. I feel like I can gauge if a guy's got a good glove on him or not. Like, let's see.
I can defense. I'm your guy.
I don't know. I watched a lot of it. You think I dropped framing in that TikTok for my health? No, I thought you were just, trying to give the Savant boys, a little bone. Like, if you were to ask me who the best catchers by framing, I have the list. The list has been loaded. It's on the other tab. I have not seen it yet.
Joey Bart.
Now, Peyton said, look at the framing numbers. I'm going to lead me to believe that means that Trevino has to be number 1. Right?
Probably.
I will go that the following players are in the top 10. How many am I going to name? Like 5 of the top 10? I think that's like a fair number. I'll go. I think that the following players will be in the top 10. You're going to laugh, but I guarantee Yadier Molina is in the top 10. I'll go Travis d'Arnaud. I'll go Sean Murphy. Or Jose Trevino, I guess. Do I have to name like 2 more then? Cal Raleigh? Isn't Alejandro Kirk like good at catching? Or is that just like a name I'm making up for this list? I don't know. We're gonna look at this list now. Number 1, we have Jose Trevino. So Peyton was correct. Jonah Heim at number 2. That is a big name I forgot, and I do apologize. Texas is just such a wasteland of baseball players. Like I love Marcus Semien. I don't know. Corey Seager seems evil to me. There's just something off about that kid. I'm not a huge Corey Seager fan. d'Arnaud I got. Murphy I got. Kirk I got. Cal Raleigh I got. Yadier Molina. How is he top 10? I kind of said that as a joke. He's 7th in baseball in framing runs. How many innings has he caught? Like, there's no way. Like, how many games has he played in? Catcher is a weaker position than I think people maybe realize. And when I say people, I may mean myself. Also, if it makes you guys feel any better, I may or may not have accidentally just searched Yadier Molina B instead of Yadier Molina B-Ref. Not my intention. Goodness, that 550 OPS. Barf. That's in 73 games. In 73 games, he's the seventh most runs. That is outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. I realized how zoomed in I was for you guys on that. I forget when it's just me. I realize I forgot how big my face is. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Goodness. Diego's internet issues appear to be persistent. Now, I do have two choices here, right? I could tap out and I could say, "Oh, it's just me, guys. I don't know, but thank you so much for watching." Or I could stay and I could hang out and maybe Peyton and I are basically just going to talk to ourselves, not verbally for the next 90 minutes or so. I think I'm just going to do that because what's the worst case scenario that could happen? Maybe someone comes by, sees what they like what I have to say. Goodness. Billy Martin, man. They're still making documentaries about this guy. Oh, is this just managers in general? Tommy Lasorda? Who are we going to have next? Oh, we're just talking about Yankees, Dodgers, and uncivil war. Okay, dude. Yeah. Anything to manufacture the big market rivalry. Get out of here with that.
That's how that goes.
That's crafted in a lab for Diego and I to not watch.
Truly.
But I did look up
catching.
I did get
Joey Bart on the list.
He's not top 10. Haters are weeping that Yadier Molina is 7th in all of baseball in framing runs. He's done that in 73 games, dude. GOAT.
I feel like there's no way that's true.
It is, though, because I'm looking at catcher framing leaderboard, and he has 6, which is good for 7th in all of baseball.
How? Every time I watch Yadier Molina catch,
he's still good.
Does not catch well.
That's what you think.
Like,
I know good catching when I see it.
So do I. And like granted, I've only watched him catch like 2 or 3 games, but like
Joey Bart is Joey Bart has been worth 0 catcher framing runs.
That makes sense.
He was really technically good
ties at the beginning of the year, and then we got sent back down.
Which technically does tie him for 29th, but he's listed at 35th. And I don't know how much I like this list. What are we going to – I'd like to remove – because it gives like total pitches caught. I feel like you need to have caught like at least like 1,500 because like there's a guy on the list like Michael Papierski. Michael Papierski. He has exactly 923 pitches caught. And that's just not enough to move the needle for me. The worst catcher on this list, though. Oh, good heavens. Oh, good heavens. It is an absolute crime what they did to Adley Rutschman, dude.
Oh, no.
Robinson Chirinos, -13.
That's not good.
That is terrible.
That is, in fact, very bad.
Also, Salvador Perez isn't even the worst catcher on his own team.
I respect MJ Melendez.
Royals catchers have a combined -20 catching frame runs.
That's funny. Sorry,
look,
Rudy.
Andrew Kisner. Andrew Kisner's here at -3. It's almost like he can't hit or play defense. Sean Murphy, you are a St. Louis Cardinal. Or at least Contreras, because he's a net neutral defender. It's outlandish. Ooh. Big yawn. Big yawn. We lost him again. I don't like that. I just got to watch the replay of myself yawning. I didn't care for seeing that. Sorry to everyone.
This on me. This one is on me. Gentlemen, my bad.
No, it's not your fault. Ooh. You know what I will say that I just realized might be a really good. So there was a lot of conversation, right? When Pujols hit the 700th home run ball, allegedly the fan that caught it, he just caught it and he got out of Dodge. He just left the stadium, pocketed it, said whatever. Pujols apparently said the same thing about the ball. He was like, you know what? Souvenirs are for the fans. I've got the jersey. I've got the helmet. I've got the bat, which I didn't really think about. But the bat is probably more important. That's what you use to hit it. I never thought of it that way. But something I just saw when they zoomed in on the dugout earlier, the lineup card, the paper one that they hang up in the dugout. I think that might be what I would pick. I think I would go for having a nice, maybe just sign if Pujols were, but it was a little John Hancock right there. I feel like that'd be nice. I don't know. I think that's what I would pick. I was having this conversation with my mom as well. My mom's a bit more, how do I say this? My mom's very, I don't know if old school is the phrase to use. My mom's like a small ball. My mom grew up with Cardinals, like whitey ball, like, button to beat the shift, steal a base, a little hit and run to score a run. My mom really appreciates that kind of baseball. Not so much. Not a huge fan of maybe some of the more modern. I don't know. She's not huge like my mom like Joey Gallo. My mom's not a Joey Gallo fan. She's not a Joey Gallo kind of guy. She's much more of a Lars Nootbaar kind of guy. Guy that can play some defense, but can also he's got a little bit of pop, but he can hit for some average. Hit for some average. And I asked her what she would want if she had caught Pujols' 700th ball. The only thing she said was just wanted a picture. And I don't know why that astounded me as much as it did. Not because I was like, oh, why wouldn't my mom be more selfish? That wasn't the takeaway that I had. But really, it was more just sort of like the fact that it wasn't a thought. She just said it so quickly that there was no recognition of what was happening. It was really more just this is a thing that I got to do. I got to have this cool thing. I got to have this cool intimate moment with him. And that's all I needed. Because I jokingly said that there were two things that I would ask for to my friend, which I think are very funny. Rule one is I would want season tickets for next year, which I don't think is a crazy ask. I don't think it's a crazy ask. I don't need I don't need box seats. I don't need anything like that. I don't need a seat. I don't need to be front row. Just give me a seat that maybe is a little bit out of my average price range, something in the, a seat number that starts with a 1, that's really all I could go for. You can stick me, right behind the visitors' dugout, 30 rows back from there. That's fine. I don't need anything crazy. But the other thing that I said, which I think would be very funny, would be that they have to follow you on social media, which I think it'd be so unbelievably funny. If Aaron Judge, and they can't mute you and they're interacting, they have to interact with your posts and stuff. It's just so funny to think that some 18, 19-year-old kid, right? I don't even know what they go to, they're going to their Rutgers football game. They're posting a picture of them at the tailgate. And you see a comment from Aaron Judge that's looking good, Dave. Keep it up. I just think that'd be so funny. Speaking of Judge, though, he's at the dish. Just missed it. I think I got cut off there. My producer beat me to it. I said, man, just missed it. And I think I got out the just miss, and then bam, bam, bam. Oh, it's got to be upsetting. See, this is what I mean, though. The pressure's got to be so high on him. Like, I'd have almost – the way Pools did it was so cool, man. Just hit 699 the next day, B. There's no pressure. There was no buildup. Like, I feel like we've had a few days now where he's sitting at 60, and I feel like every day it's like, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? Oh, don't worry, Anthony. That you won't be hitting into that next year. Well, kind of. Our producer's in the chat right now. Just put the ball over the fence, damn it. Yeah, it's so easy, dude. Just hit the homer. Goodness. It's certainly an enviable position of, yeah, he should have had that ball. I'll say it. I'll say it so that the Yankees fans that work here don't have to say it themselves. But for those of you that don't know, by the way, there's an insanely funny infographic about Gleyber Torres. I don't know if it was Fangraphs that did the projections, if it was just like a writer. But there's a graphic that has Gleyber as like next 5 seasons. This is after 2019. So where, the ball was still, a lot more lively than it currently is. And, pandemic hadn't hit. So, no short in 2020, except, there was some pretty big and sizable curveballs in this, but it was just so funny because like his statistics are, it's 57 homers and 136 RBI. And then it was like the next year's 51 home runs and 119 RBI. And like just season after season of like Pujols never hit 50 in a season. Like we're talking like seasons that rivaled peak Albert Pujols production, like, OPS well north of 1,000, flirting with 1,100. And now he's like an above average player, right? I'm about to look this up to make sure that I'm not. This is my second, I think, of the evening that has like something fairly big hinging on it, but yeah, 3.9 WAR, 757 OPS, 24 homers. Sure, you take that. If you play a little better defense, you'd take it a little more, but you can't get mad at a perennial 4 WAR shortstop. It's like another great pitch by Brian Bello as well. They showed a graphic of him earlier this evening, and there's just something. I said this earlier, right? Where like sometimes you just get like a feeling about guys in terms of like their career paths and stuff. I think sometimes also just get a feeling about just a guy's raw talent and like just stuff. There needs to be. I guess I'm maybe describing X-Grit. There's a it's a big walk for my fantasy league too. Goodness. But sometimes you just get a feel for a guy that just has the right stuff. I feel like Bello's an example of that. We're talking about a team that, goodness, excuse me. It's a little bit sleepier on here when I don't have the fellas keeping me awake. I'm talking about a guy, he threw 4 2/3 on 70 pitches. Like, he just looks good. There needs to be more of that in baseball. I know that a lot of times people watch our streams or they come here to talk about and share their views in a very, very analytics forward sense. I think that is super, super important. And I think that it's super impactful in our game with good reason. But at the same time, I think it's also very equally important that, like I was talking about with Nestor Cortez earlier. Yes, Peyton, we're going to go ahead and say it was out of a water bottle. It looked like H2O to me. It is 8 p.m. on a work night or a class night. She looked to be about my age, so I couldn't really tell you one way or the other. But either way, I hope she's having a good night. Nah, that looked glass. They allow glass inside Yankee Stadium? That does surprise me. It does. Well, that's what plastic is. It looks like glass. I don't know. It's just I saw the way the bottle top opened. It kind of almost looked like a bottle like that. But I know that like you know those big smart waters. That's kind of what it looked like. Selling beer. Yeah, but all the beer and like Busch and stuff. It's in those like aluminum cans. I have like examples. I have like Coors Light in my mini fridge out there, but I think that'd be breaking my rule of that I don't drink by myself. I know I'm on camera right now doing a little bit entertaining, but there's no face to face. It feels like I'm breaking a rule. But a lot of times in that aluminum stuff, because of the fact that like if it gets thrown on the field, it's not as dangerous to the players, which you should never do. Oh, here we go. Most home runs in a season in MLB history. He is currently in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's tied for 8th place. It's a lot of pageantry. In F1, that's like 4 points in a race. I'm just saying. Oh, God, guy in a Zach Wilson jersey. Must be nice to have the Yankees just sort of buoy every other sports fan. I say that as a Cardinals fan. They do kind of buoy every. I don't know. The only thing I haven't seen in my lifetime, my favorite F1 driver of all time won multiple championships. My favorite IndyCar driver, multiple championships. Baseball, football, hockey. I guess it's really pro basketball and college football. Those are the two things that I don't know if I was ever gonna get a national championship. Certainly not this year, but you never know. Anyway, what was my original point? We'll walk it back a little bit. Just talking about Bello. I don't know. Sometimes you can just really fall in love with a guy's pitch mix. And I really like his pitch mix. He does a really great job tunneling the ball. I'm just like throwing out buzzwords, but it is accurate. He does tunnel really well. And he's looked really, really solid. I know his first 3, 4, maybe even 5 starts like weren't fantastic, but it's been a tale of two halves. The back half of all of his major league starts have been of his starts, like starts 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think time might be 12. I can look this up. Rather easily. Hello. Born May 17th, 1999. He's about 2 weeks younger than me. This is his 12th game. 10th start as well. So, yeah, like I said, starts 6 through 10. A lot better. But I don't know. This is interesting. You guys are going to get to see how I like watch a baseball game when I'm just kind of like by myself. I'm very much I know it's very much attributed to like the way dads watch TV, but I think maybe it's not surprising for you guys. That's so funny. His dad just going and sitting back down. That was very funny. I'm very much, if it's my team is playing, I can stand up for this, I think, right? I won't yank my headphones out. I'm very much a stand like this, and I like to pace. Obviously, that's not an option with the headphones that I have. It's also not an option because I have to entertain. So, but yeah, if there's like situations, if there's stuff on the line for me, whether it be real life or fantasy, very much a silent. I sort of keep the like all the memes about like European soccer managers and stuff. How they're like in the suits and stuff, and they're always It's like I don't know what they're watching. Also, you showed the Maris family just now. That's got to be fun for them. Just getting free tickets to Yankees games for like a week plus, waiting for Judge to break their record. Because surely Judge won't. They won't. Oh goodness, they won't. They're not gonna let him watch him hit 61 and then go, "Thanks for coming." They're gonna keep bringing him out and putting him in boxes until he hits 62. So good for him. Big pitch right here. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man. Bellows has got some great stuff. Look at me. Look at me. Here I am enjoying. Yankees Red Sox. Trying my best. You got a little commercial for HBO here. Let me tell you guys, they showed the Elvis movie. You know, I saw everybody on Twitter freaking out. Oh my gosh, it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. And if there's anything I like being, it's skeptical and a hater. Not all the time. That sounds bad. I am an optimist in most things, but there's nothing like being skeptical and being right. It's a lot more validating. Because if you think something is going to be good and then it turns out to be, like going into the season, like I'd read everything about Nolan Arenado, like his hip mobility. And I was like, you know, like Paul Goldschmidt struggled his first year in St. Louis. And then he adjusted and then he got him. Like, I think Nolan's going to say, like, what are you going to get a pat on the ass for being like, I think Nolan Arenado is going to be good at baseball this year? Like, come on. You know, you're not fooling anybody with that take. But when you're like, I don't think something's going to be good, and it's not, that is a very nice feeling. And I didn't think that about the Elvis movie. I was skeptical. I didn't think it was going to be bad. Because I do like Baz Luhrmann. I really like his interpretation of The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. I thought that was phenomenal. We're starting to see, is this a MLB postseason? Because I just saw the Twins in an ad, and who's going to tell them? Oh, just MLB tonight. All right. I thought I was seeing a commercial for man, the Twins are in an interesting spot though, aren't they? I don't know what they're going to do with Correa. Well, I mean, I know it's really not in their hands necessarily, but goodness, that is going to be. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, man. Like I said, when there's not others' energy I can bounce off. Normally, a lot of this time is just me when I get tired throughout the broadcast or whatever. It's all internal because can't be showing it. You know, I can't have somebody else. Scott's telling me about how the lines actually are good again. Hey, you can dash me all you want to. It's a fair dash. We all like to do it. But yeah, I can't be yawning in his face. It's disrespectful. When Diego comes on and he's like, you know, Kurt Casale, not a bad baseball player. I'm like, I don't know that. I don't know that off rip, but he does. I can't be yawning in his face. When Rudy tells me no, I'd yawn in his face over Cubs-related stuff. I wouldn't yawn in his face over Royals stuff, though. Because the Royals, it's like, it's funny because, like, the Cardinals, like, oh, the I-70 World Series and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't really view the Royals as, like, a rivalry. Honestly, like, they just don't play, you know? Like, it's not, I mean, and I guess now we're getting to a point scheduling-wise where they're going to be playing each other every year or whatever, but, like, there has been maybe in my lifetime a 2-year window where the Royals were as good or better than the Cardinals. And that was 2014 and 2015. And like we just didn't make the World Series in out of those years, you know, got knocked out of the playoffs. And it's like I don't really have beef with the Royals. Sometimes I feel like it's hello. There's my hand. Here's my face. Is it just going to zoom out on me? Do I have to get closer again? Hello? This camera has autofocus, which isn't super helpful. How close do I have to get? Hey, there he is. Now he's blurry. Not great. Maybe I'm just noticing it. If you guys are, let me know. How do I do it? I think I need to do like a makeup tutorial thing. Like, how do I be like, I have a PlayStation 3 controller right here. Want me to, hey everyone. See, it doesn't track. Like it picks it up, right? But doesn't track to me. I don't know. Turn your there he is. It did work. Stay in focus. Well, I just accidentally turned my PlayStation 3 on. So that's not great. But what I was reaching for is, let me tell you guys about this pencil. Nestor, by the way, not a bad line. This pencil is called the Palomino Blackwing 602. Why do you just have that on the ready? Up on my PlayStation 3 controller. So for those of you that don't know, one little room set up for me. My TV, which is right here, my bed is actually like right there. Like it's right. It's not like I can't kick it and hit it right now. Well, I'd have to get out of the chair to kick it and hit it, which I'm not going to do because it's my bed. Anyway, and I have my it's a TV. I'm going to turn it on. I can stream NCAA 14 if we're getting bored of this game. Let me tell you, I can make that happen real fast. So why did you? There's a TV behind me for sure. There is. It's a TV, dog. Am I gonna get up and show this? All right, this is gonna be a great clip out of context for you to pull. Peyton, ready? Television. I almost knocked that off for you. PlayStation underneath, got some Star Wars Legos underneath there. And then right here, I'm sitting on my bed right now. So that way, I'm going to get off camera for a sec. It's going to be hilarious if anyone just starts watching and sees me completely off camera. Right now, I'm sitting on my bed where my headboard is against the wall, and I can turn my TV on. And, if it's a little late at night and I'm not trying to wake up my roommate because I'm, above all, a respectful roommate. I'm respectful of our common space. If it's a little late at night, I'm trying to watch a little TV. I'll lay in my bed. I got like one of those like pillows where you can, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like for back support, but it's like one of those like pillows that is like designed for you to sit in bed with. I got it when I was a freshman in college, when I was like in the dorm bed, knocking out a little homework. But it's nice. And the other reason I'll tell you it's really nice to have like the TV bed setup that I do is, oh my God, I literally stood up. I'm an idiot. I'm going to turn the PlayStation 3 off. Like, I don't need this on. Like, I don't need that. I don't need nothing connecting to the internet and ruining it. But, let me back that up. What was I just talking about? Oh, yeah, especially in the mornings of, I'm an F1 fan, right? Those races, for the most part, are at anywhere from 7 to 9 a.m. On a weekend. And it's not something that you can really watch, like, with a quiet volume. I mean, you can, but, like, it kind of ruins the pageantry. So it's nice to be able to, like, wake up in the morning, and when I still feel like a gross POS, I can just, like, kind of throw a hat on. I hit the restroom, maybe myself a little breakfast, a little bowl of cereal. And I turn the race on in here, so that way I'm being respectful of others. So Peyton's conspiracy theory that it's not a TV is very funny. I should probably, if I can figure out a way to like Chromecast because I have a Fire TV stick attached to it, right? Doop, right there. If I can find a way to like Chromecast, like just his face, I think I'll just leave it there. So it's just so you can see all four of us on the screen for like the playoffs, and you can just see. I thought you said it wasn't a TV before. If there's video of that, I apologize. I don't think I said that though. I don't think I would have lied to you. I don't think I would have lied to you like that. I would have tried really hard. I try very hard to be honest with you, especially, you do like legitimately so much work for us. It'd be really shitty of me if I was just like, no, that's not a TV. What are you talking about? Sorry, one moment. I realize I'm by myself. I can't like rely on white noise. I gotta reply with text really quickly. I apologize. You guys can see my phone case right here. It says there will be peace when it's profitable. Because war makes a lot of money and it gets people in politics reelected. It's a nice infield hit from Harrison Bader.
Way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot!
Thank you. Oh, that's another reminder, guys. Midterms are in just over a month. If you're not registered to vote, do a little bit of research. Know your rights. Know different states have different rules. For example, I'm in grad school at the University of Iowa. Iowa is a same-day registration state. So, for example, let's say you're not registered to vote. You've never done it before. Don't worry. It's not that scary. You just go, you fill out a little piece of paper in about 10 seconds, depending on your political affiliation. Hopefully, it's a good one. And then they give you a little sticker, and some nice retired woman who's got nothing better to do with her day is like, thank you so much, young man or young woman or whatever your gender identity is. And you're like, oh my gosh, like civic duty. I just helped someone get elected county comptroller, baby. And you're making somebody's dreams come true. Know your polling location. You can Google. I don't know if you can just type it directly into Google, but super easy to find. Quick little search, get that done. Yeah, do your civic duty. If you choose not to vote out of protest as well, that's also 100% your right. This is the United States. That's what makes it, I don't know if I want to say greatest country on earth. That feels like I'm running for office when I say that, but it is nice that we live in a country where we have the right to not vote as well as vote. But know that voting does go a long way, especially at the local level. Protest voting is fine if we're talking about a national level, a state level, but voting at the local level is insanely, insanely important. That's stuff that gets your sidewalks fixed. That's stuff to make sure the fire department gets to your neighbor's house on time. That is where those local votes go, and those matter very, very much. So please do your civic duty, and I'll be proud of you. I gave a little PSA there. I wanted to talk about this pencil though. The Palomino Blackwing 602. This is such a powerful pencil. It has its own Wikipedia page, which I find very interesting. You got to be a decent pencil to have your own Wikipedia page. It is widely considered the smoothest, nicest pencil ever made. In fact, Walt Disney, back when Disney was operating under the, all our cartoons are hand-drawn, back in that era, insisted that all of his animators had to use this pencil for storyboarding, for official storyboarding and stuff. The creator of this pencil was so proud. He died. Well, he didn't die because he was so proud. But when he was when he passed away and he was put in put in his casket and all that, some people go with a nice bouquet of flowers. Some people, maybe it's their spouse's wedding ring. He got buried. Palomino 602, right there on the chest. That's how proud of he was. Look at that. I just wrote Peyton rocks with a smiley face. Very proud of that. Felt so smooth. Felt so natural to write. Not only is praising producer Peyton, just it rolls off the sticky pad so smoothly, but heck of a pencil. So if you're a massive dork like I am, don't get me wrong. If you're a big fat dork like me and you got like $2-3 to spend on like one pencil, go for it. It's a very cheap way to feel like cool about yourself. Oh my goodness. This game is very much going to go into a rain delay, which, well, will it? Or will they just call it? Because this game is not really important for Boston. We did this song and dance last week. Let me tell you guys this. I'll say this. I will Not with Judge up and 4 batters. Do you think they'll give one more inning so he gets a chance, and then he gets one more, and then that might be the reality. I'll tell you guys this: we get into a significant rain delay. I wouldn't want to. Oh, he beat that out. We get into a significant rain delay. I'll pop this on mobile. I'm not above it. We'll make a little cooking stream. I don't care. You guys can watch how I make dinner and be like, my God, he puts no effort in. Welcome back to Chef Digest. That's the other thing. This cup here is getting. I'm gonna have to probably soak it now because that's soda in it. And if I had some teammates, I'd be able to just be like, all right, boys, give me about 30 seconds here. I'm gonna hit the restroom and put this away. But my goodness, that's a lot of rain. Woo! This should very much be a tough luck loss for Bello. I know pitcher win-loss doesn't really mean much, but 5 1/3, 1 earned. Oh. I will say this is a bit of a legacy moment for the. It's certainly high enough. Not quite from Mr. Trevino. I admittedly do not remember the batting order. I'm not sure who's up 8th. But Judge is now in the hole. You know what's interesting about this as well? Thank you, producer Payton. Not only is he on top of his stuff, he's also a Yankees fan, so shouldn't be shocked by that. Actually, you know what? If this is Marwin Gonzalez, no, I can't. I can't just leave to go put a cup in the sink. That'd be out of pocket. I was gonna stop my video for a little bit, just be like, Good God, man. 584 OPS. He stinks. He's bad. What I was going to say, though, it would be objectively funny if Judge gets 61 in a rain-soaked game. Oh, we do have videos for breaks. Do you want to run that so I can put my cup in the dishwasher? Sorry.
Stuff. Mrs. Met exists?
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
This
Do you not know that, dude?
This has meant Ben's around for longer than we've been alive.
I did not. I would assume that Mr. Met.
Mr. Met was the OG, and then Mrs. Met came along. I want to say in
I think Mr. Met's a bachelor, man, or was previously.
Whoa! Hey, is this breaking news?
Flying around accusations here.
Is Mrs. Met about to be
Mr. Met?
No, that's what I said previously.
Rumors that no, make that a poll. I am retweeting it and voting no, by the way.
Okay.
Rumors are flying that who's the Reds mascot? What's his name? Because he's a baseball as well.
Oh yeah.
Redleg, is that his name?
What is it?
Is it Redleg? Is it something like that? No, Scott. The joke there is that rumored Mrs. Met was spotted on Mr. Redleg's Yellow Weekend. Is the marriage between Mr. and Mrs. Met on Fritz?
It's true.
We're asking the important questions here at Diamond Digest. We're at the
super important ones.
Very glad to know, ladies and gentlemen, that the quality of things we talk about does not change, from mascot extramarital affairs to pencils, as that is a horrific play in right field. I also got myself a little snack. I went grocery shopping today for a little bit more money than I would have liked to, if I'm being real. Haribo gummy bears, but just the pineapple ones. Now, let's have a conversation about Haribo and their gummy bears, because they are superior. You know it. I know it. Your mom knows it. Your dad knows it. Your family dog knows it. Your family cat wouldn't, because cats stink. The ultimate combination of gummy bear is by far pineapple, strawberry, cherry. White, green, red. That trio right there Chef's kiss. It's fantastic. But if I had to pick just one, I'd go for the pineapple. Just the pineapple. Maybe the strawberry, the green, but oh my God, dude. This game needs to be called. Because I guarantee you what's about to happen is Peraza's going to get out. This is not going to be helpful. Also, the strike zone's about to get bigger, too. Shout out to that one guy trying to hype up the Yankees fans. That's a big umbrella. She came prepared. If you guys can hear me chewing as well, I apologize. Trying to keep that to a minimum. Wow. Yeah. What are we gonna do here? Said, yeah, come and talk to me a little bit. That's what we just had. Yeah, producer Peyton, you gonna give us like your address of like how close you are to Yankee Stadium then to let us know like how far away that is then? I'm joking, guys. Peyton's actually my roommate the whole time. That's not true either. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't replace Peyton with my current roommate. I do like my current roommate very much. If I could simply add another bedroom to my current apartment though, because I think the corner units in my building, I think they're 3-bedroom. Not think. I know that for a fact. I don't know how many there are. I know there are at least some 3 bedrooms in this building though. I wouldn't mind. That's comfortably within 8 miles is what I'm hearing though. Because that is the rule for most sporting events, I believe. I believe there's lightning within an 8-mile radius within 30 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. He may be the reason he went over to the Red Sox bench is like, you sure want to play this game out? Which Alex Cora is probably going to be annoying because it's like, well, if we end the year hot, we'll end up with. We could still have a winning season. And it's like, dude, there's no pride in winning, like going 82-80 and finishing last place. I'm sorry. There isn't any. What are we looking at here? You guys ever just watch a commercial and you can just feel yourself fully home run 61, they pulled the tarp out? Does this mean Zach Hampel is getting absolutely just soaked on? That's all I have to say about that. I hope he's getting absolutely drenched. That guy sucks. Guys, I want to make something abundantly clear. All right. I've been pretty vocal in my critique of Zach Hampel. And a lot of it was centered around the fact that Pujols was chasing 700, and I didn't want that slime ball getting anywhere near it. Now that Pujols has hit that milestone, my point still stands. He's not a good guy. I don't care for him. And like, this isn't even a question of, again, I'm not trying to just like take empty shots, right? Like this is like years of testimonial from stadium staff across the country talking about how he operates like he's Batman at every baseball stadium he walks into. Like just the world is his oyster. And like, because he's the guy from YouTube, he somehow has the response, like he just gets the special privilege to run around the stadium like he's a 4-year-old on a playground. And I don't know. I just find it really disingenuous. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that you're doing is you're taking away memories from people that this may be the only baseball game they will ever be able to afford to go to in their life. Like, I don't think people understand. The tarp is out, by the way. But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about someone who is like so shamelessly, I don't even think like shamelessly aware. I think he's so, which I think is worse, is that he is so shamelessly unaware of the damage that, like, the memories he's ruined. Because how many times do you think that there's somebody who, there's some dad who, maybe he's an electrician, he owns his own, he's got a couple vans, makes a great living, right? His wife's maybe a principal of the middle school, like great family, their kids play soccer and like this is a family that you or I have met in our lifetime. They're great people, right? And Father's Day rolls around and they surprise their dad, right? Tickets to the game, the mom planned it with her two, her son and daughter, and they're all big fans, and they all wear their Aaron Judge and their Anthony Rizzo. They get to go to the game, and it's like such a great time, right? And then there's a foul ball hit near them, and oh my gosh, like, is Ryan gonna catch a foul ball? And maybe he'd want to give it to his dad, and his dad goes, oh no, and the cameras catch it, and then Anthony Rizzo gives his bat to the kid, and like it's a nice, like, those stories happen all around us, and they're fantastic. How many of those do you think that Zach Hampel has ruined by just sticking his big fat nose and glove and just stolen it? He has done that countless times. And that's the thing, is like, we'll never hear about it because that's a hypothetical that we know could happen, that he's stolen. He has robbed. Like, that's the part that upsets me so much, is that he has probably irrevocably damaged countless baseball fans' experiences. And because of his wealth and because of his privilege, he's in a position where, like, it's irrelevant to him. And for you to be in that position, right? Like, I'm not above it either. I don't have Zach Hampel money, but I'm 100% in a position where I'm understanding of my position in life and the privilege that I have and the privilege that I carry. And it's something that, like, it's not a one-time, like, it's not like the joke from The Office where Michael is like, I declare bankruptcy. It's not you going, oh, I'm aware now. You don't just say it one time and then move on. It's something that you have to be conscientious about. Not every waking moment of every day, but it's something you need to think about, like, almost every day. Like, it's something that you have a social responsibility to do. And as someone that has the platform that he does, I think that he grossly fails to do that. And it would be one thing if he grossly failed to do it and wasn't super obnoxious to workers in the service industry, but he's super oblivious to it and is super obnoxious to those in the service industry. And that can't fly. Like, I don't want to say you can be one or the other. I don't want you to be, like, struggling for money and also a bad person. But, it's just like, it's just very, very disingenuous. And it's something that I've said privately that I'll happily say publicly as well. I really take issue with individuals that really frame legitimate criticism leveled their way as just hating outright. Are there people that you could describe as, like, haters that exist towards professional athletes? Oh my God, yes. Like, any woman in sports deals with people that hate them for no reason. Like, the classic joke of, like, oh, you're a Cardinals fan? Name the 2006 starting rotation then. Like, it's very, very disingenuous and shitty to do that. And if you're one of those people, cut that shit out. But I got sidetracked with that. But, like, those people just make me giggle. But, like, hating does exist to a certain extent, right? For pro athletes and things like that. For like social media influencers, as much as they probably, to a certain degree, they all deserve to get shit on a little bit. I'm not saying that they don't. Whatever, but there are people that take it notches that you should never take it. And the issue that Zach Campbell does that I think I hate the most is that when someone disingenuously like equates them, you are not getting hated on because people told you like, hey, you need to be nicer to stadium employees. Like, that's outrageous. It's an outrageous thing to do. For you to be so careless in your attitude and the way that you, I don't know, conduct yourself. He just conducts himself like a 12-year-old. He conducts himself in a very, very immature manner. And if he catches any wind of this, he's just going to go, oh, well, they just don't get it. Or like, I don't do anything wrong. Like, there's no proof of me like harming anyone. I'm not saying he's going out of his way to like physically hurt people, but it's like, no, dude, like you're still robbing people of like emotional moments. Like that lasts longer, right? If I knock Zach Campbell over at a game, right? Like, and he has like a bruise on his elbow, that's tough. That sucks, right? I'm fortunate enough. I have caught a home run ball in my life. If he took the first home run ball at Busch Stadium away from me, I don't care who hits it. I don't care. It could be Andrew Kisner or it could be Albert Pujols. Like, it doesn't matter. You take that away, there's no forgiving that. There's no forgiving that at all. I do like that we got to see highlights of another game that had a rain delay, by the way. Gosh, they showed a woman with a Phillies World Series champion hat on, and I'm like, she has suffered. She has suffered greatly. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel as though Zach Campbell deserves. There are plenty of baseball content creators and people within the YouTube baseball space. Look at us, right? Like, I'm not trying to toot our own horn here at Diamond Digest, but like there are plenty of people like us that produce great stuff that you should go follow and you should go check out. Like 100,000%. There are so many people out there like that. And it's like, I just don't think he deserves to have the platform that the platform that he has reached. I don't know. Like, the gimmick was cool when it first started. Like, I remember being like 12 years old and seeing that and being like, wow, that's like kind of cool. But it's like, don't you have enough? Don't you have enough? He has over 11 or 12,000 baseballs from games. That's enough. Like, you don't need. How big is your house? What does hanging out at his house look like? Like, I want you guys to imagine next week, right? Hopefully you see 4. Well, Rudy will be at the game. Hopefully you'll see 3 beautiful smiling faces, the faces you've come to know and love. And right, like, and I want you to imagine, instead of this setup, right? Like, I've crafted this setup behind me a little bit. You know, I got, a vuvuzela, I got a glove, a little football. Ooh, he thinks he's interesting. A couple concerts I've been to, both very good shows. You see the Busch Stadium, you see the helmet nachos, the Legos, Pac-Man, a Paul Goldschmidt bobblehead, a little bottle of empty Patron in the back. It was a 21st birthday gift. Like, I want you to imagine wall to ceiling baseballs. No rhyme or reason. Like, do you need a Mike Ford foul ball that badly? I don't even know what team he roots for. Like, I just can't fathom it. I can't fathom, like, that has to be what his only house decorations are. That's it. And like, don't get me wrong, guys. I love baseball. I would not be sitting here talking to myself pretty much if I didn't love this game. But I'd be lying to you if I said that I care that much, where I'm like, I'm willing to fly to Kansas City to watch a Royals Diamondbacks game in July on the off chance that Vinny Pasquantino is going to hit a foul ball my direction. Oh, and not even my direction, by the way. I'm so sorry. I'm going to intentionally run around the stadium like I'm hammying over the hedge off an energy drink. It's just outrageous. He does, Peyton. He's a bathtub of them. That was like a promotional photo. You realize that think about how big a bathtub is. That's like not even 1,000 baseballs, right? That can't be. Or maybe like 1,000 at most. We're talking 8, 9, 10, 11 bathtubs. No one has that many bathtubs in their house. And if you do, you deserve to have more taxes paid. You deserve to pay more taxes. If you have more than 3 full bathrooms in a house, yeah. If you have more than 3 full bathrooms in a house, you should be paying more in taxes. I can say that comfortably. I say that as someone with 2.5 bathrooms in my childhood home. Like that's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. I apologize. I got on my soapbox pretty hard there, but he's just annoying. It's very, very annoying. And I don't know, it angers me very much. And people's whole thing is, oh, you know, I just rise above the hate. I just choose to be better than that. Oh, grow up, dude. No, you don't. It gets to you very, very badly. And I take that as someone, I'll be completely transparent. The people that work here with me know this. Like, I to this day, I'm 23 years old, and I struggle with, like, taking things personally, like, more than I should. Like, I'm totally guilty of it. Oh, good. If we get, what do you want to, producer? What do you say here? If we get to maybe like 9 and it's not looking any better, we call it for the night. Yeah, I agree. But what? Yeah. Okay, but go till 9 if there's no positive. If we don't have a restart time, that feels fair enough. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, this is something that I've struggled with, right? Like I struggle, you know, and no one gives a piss about me. Like I don't have anywhere near as much of a profile. Like I don't believe anyone that is, especially a content creator. I don't believe any content creator that goes like, yeah, I just don't let the hate or the comments get to me. They do. They absolutely do. And especially someone like Zach Hampel, who goes out of his way to interact with people that hate on him, or that like even just like make casual jokes about like his existence. Like I'm probably one good tweet away from him blocking me. And I've never tweeted about him once in my life. Oh, here comes the lightning. Well, let's hope it gets out of the way in the next 30 minutes, eh? Can't wait for your Aaron Judge to hit home run number 61 at 3:30 a.m. local time. It's going to go so sick. Yeah, the sky just opened. Peyton is our resident meteorologist. Not only can he produce. Peyton, you should do that. We need someone at Diamond Dodgers. If there's anyone watching that is interested in meteorology, apply to work here. I'd like to hang out with you. I feel like that'd be a cool thing to hang out and do. Just be like, hey, what's the weather going to be like? And they just know, not like 100%. But that would be so sick. I'm going to give you guys an update on my fantasy league. Fantasy baseball. While we're chatting here, because gosh golly gee, is it interesting. Speaking of producing, I just had the around the league thing vibing. Yeah, I've got like I said, I got my fantasy league standings pulled up here. So it's a semifinals. I'm in a 12-team league. It's a 40-man roster, full dynasty. So this isn't a beer league with your buddies. All right, these are some pretty. I'll give my friends credit. And it's been pretty interesting. Speaking for my team personally, I was rebuilding the last couple years. And this year I felt like I'd sort of gotten over the hump. And I was like, I think I have a playoff team this year. And I said that, which never great, right? Leaving a receipt, never a good call. I think we're all aware of the Chicago White Sox NBC Twitter account tweet of us waiting for the rest of the division to show up. We all saw how well that went. But yeah, I said, I think I can fight for a playoff spot, but I think I'll be a playoff team. Some people agreed. Some people pushed back. Completely within their right, Playoffs, regular season goes down. We're about halfway through the regular season. I was sitting, I believe, 5-4, maybe even 4-5. Like I'd had some good weeks, like clearly like where I thought I was going to be, very much like, a close to 500, which like, in a 12-team league where 8 teams make the playoffs, like finishing 500 or like one win above usually is what gets you into the playoffs. Like it's 22 matchups and we go head-to-head categories. So, you finish 11-11, you're probably making the playoffs. Maybe you're the 9 seed, but either way. So Father's Day. It's the week of Father's Day. For those of you that remember, if you guys remember the broadcast, I was insanely sunburnt. That's when this started. I had a 7-week stretch against the 7 other teams that made the playoffs. Like, and I knew they were good ball clubs. My team had to answer the bell. And we went 7-0. My boys went 7-0 we won a dub 7. Just a crazy, crazy run. Guys stepping up left and right. Very, very fun. I added Pujols maybe in mid-July because I was like, oh, as a bench guy, like if Vlad has a day off at first base, I could just throw Pujols in, whatever. He's been in the lineup every day for the last month in my fantasy league when he's playing because good heavens, man, that guy's been a monster in the second half. So anyway, regular season comes to a close. I'm sitting 14-7. Typically, it's 22 weeks long. There's only 21 because of the lockout. Not my choice. ESPN, they're the big boss. But anyway, we get to the playoffs. And for the first time in our league history, we had chalk in the first round. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 all advanced. It was crazy. I know you guys were rocking with me last week, and I was like, oh my God, like Tyro's just got to have a decent game, like to lock it in. It was fantastic. One of the other matchups, I've been very, very good longtime friends. Shout out Michael, Shane, and Fallon. They're triplets. And the 2 brothers were the 4 and 5 seed, which was very, very cool. That was like a very, very fun matchup. They don't have like a big fantasy rivalry. I think we like to manufacture it a little bit, but it was very fun. And then, a couple other matchups, like I said, nothing really to sneeze at. Kind of went the way that I thought they were going to go. Obviously, it was chalk. And then we got to this week. And my team it gave a complete performance. And that's with Julio going down. I found out Brandon Lau's done for the year. Somebody else hit the IL. Got a little banged up, but, next man up mentality, dude. And I know for those of you guys at home, you're like, why do you care about this so much? I am commissioner of the league, but also it's baseball, man. I can't get enough of it. Sunday Night Football is apparently a punt fest, so there's that. It's only fun when it's the University of Iowa and Tory Taylor. It's the only time I'll enjoy a punt fest. So yeah, now we're down. It's the semifinals. All right, it's the semifinals. And my team has delivered a complete performance, and I think regardless of outcome now, I'm going to the championship, and I'm very, very excited. It should be super, super fun, and I'm just really excited. And I don't know. There's just something special. There's something special about fantasy baseball. I love it way more than fantasy football. And I know it sounds crazy, but like when it's a head-to-head categories, there's something about setting a lineup every day, right? Like it's like you're setting a lineup every day. Like you're looking at Debo got hurt. Not great. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like there's something that it feels more validating because like if you set a lineup for a week and you're wrong for like a day and you lose, it's like not as like it's just more of a chess match. You're setting a lineup every day. Like I said, it's a dynasty league. Like there's implications. Like I had to cut Jared Kelnick this week. And like somebody else added him, or not this week. I cut him last week. And then we got called up this week. Somebody like just beat me to the punch, adding him back. And I do root for his success, but it's like, man, like I'd stuck with that guy for so long through a lot of aches and pains. And like I hope he does well, but like, man, he had done it for me, it would have been nice. But goodness. I'd also like to give a huge shout out to Michael Setsky in our league because he was 4-12 at one point. He rattled off a dub 5 to end the year in the regular season. Missed the playoffs by a game. Tough to see. Won the first round of the like consolation bracket on a tiebreaker. I believe we'll win round 2, which means that after going 4-12, he wins next week. He could end the year on a dub 8 and finish the year 500, which would be very, very cool. You guys are just learning like Carson Melinder lore this evening while we're on rain delay. I do like as well. Thank you. I believe this is the most amount of viewers we've had all night as well. So I guess the fantasy baseball talk is getting it done. Let's do a little meet the team. You know, we got 15 minutes, right? Our weatherman is keeping us updated. Let me walk you through the roster. And I told you guys I went through a rebuild the last couple years. Like, I'm sure you'd like to know, well, Carson, what's that team look like? So, at catcher, I drafted him at the start of last year. And I did admit I thought he was going to get maybe a cup of coffee during roster expansion in September, maybe because he'd still retain his rookie eligibility. That was Adley Rutschman. Obviously, got hurt to start the year, which wasn't ideal. And I'll be honest with you, I had rolled with like Mike Zunino at the start of the year because I was like, he had a good year last year. I had him from last year, as like a waiver ad, and he banged. I was like, all right, maybe it'll just be more of the same, Tampa kind of gets the most out of guys. And he stunk it up. So I'll be honest. Well, I knew Adley was going to get called up. The last week and a half before Adley got his promotion, I just had him in the lineup with empty stat lines every single day, just waiting because I was like, I need to have Adley. I mean, we're talking about a guy. Let me make sure I get this triple slash up right. I want to say he's got rocking like an 820 OPS. I know he took an O for today, but I mean we can dream, right? We can round up a little bit and we can cheat. No one knows. It's just you and I. Look at that, man. I mean, WAR doesn't matter for fantasy so much, but five WAR on Baseball Reference, 260, 365, 453 triple slash, 12 bombs on the year. The other thing I really like about Adley is he's a run producer, like just a run machine. Scored 65 runs. He's only got 40 ribbies. Like, to see a guy like that have a guy with a split like that, leads you to believe he's, this very sort of like contact-oriented, it's very contact-oriented sort of like speedster guy. Not the case. Weather's not looking great, folks. I might be hanging out with you for about 15 more minutes on a prayer, and then we might be wrapping it up. Well, we'll get to the meet the team. At first base, I've had this guy since he was a rook. I drafted him the year before he got called up as well. Vlad Guerrero Jr. I know this year's been a little bit of a downturn for him, but I mean, it's like, goodness, my nose is itching. I'm so sorry. But it's like, how upset can you be about a guy like still playing at all-star level or at the bare minimum near all-star level after the year before he has an OPS over 1,000? I can't find fault in that. At the Keystone, I got Ty France, which is a bit of a LMAO. I don't know if he has a game at second base this year, but he's eligible, so that's where I play him. I love Ty France. I know that he's definitely a stick in the craw kind of guy if he's a division rival, but you want to talk about just a run producer kind of guy? Like he just gets knocks. He just gets knocks, and you love to have a guy like that. I traded for him at the beginning of 2021. I think I traded for him for Mauricio Dubon outright. Like I was very in on Ty France. In a lot of the fantasy analytics at the time going into 2021 were very bullish on Mauricio Dubon for the Giants at the time. And I was just kind of like, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there's just something in the water in Seattle. And I'm very thankful to know that I was right. Something else that I knew, talking about something in the water, that would be Nolan Arenado. I know he had a down year in 2021, but like I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, I knew about the hip mobility thing, and I was like, Goldie, his first year, he was only a 3.5 WAR guy for the Cardinals, and I was just kind of like, the raw talent of Nolan Arenado is it's going to come back. So I traded Jared Walsh and Eddie Rosario for him. Eddie Rosario was just coming off that great postseason run for the Braves. Jared Walsh is before thoracic outlet syndrome, I believe he has. I think he has TOS. Like he was coming off a great year, and I was like, the guy I was trading to him with was kind of going through a rebuild, and I'm like, I was kind of like, hey man, Nolan's like 30, he's gonna be 31, like he might just be like a 2-category homer RBI kind of guy. Like I can give you guys a few years younger. I fleeced to say the least, and I don't feel bad about it. Then we come to Mr. Smiles, Francisco Lindor at the shortstop. This is an interesting trade that I made. I traded Correa and Musgrove for Lindor and some starting pitcher. I think they're not on my team anymore, but that was like solid, but not great. My gamble was that last year was going to be the best year of Joe Musgrove's career, and there was going to be regression. And my other gamble was that the Mets would get it together, and also that Lindor is just healthier than Correa. I am not upset at the Lindor over Correa. I wish I had held on to Musgrove, though. At second base, shortstops, on middle infield, I got Jonathan India. I traded for him very, very early into 21. I think it was like Jamer Candelario and Danny Duffy. And Jamer was solid last year, obviously. But obviously not this year. And Danny Duffy is, I don't know where. So very, very happy. I know he's had a bevy of injury problems this year, but he gets enough knocks. Like he's not on the chopping block of my roster by any stretch. I just want him to be healthy. Corner infielder Bobby Witt. What else is there to say? Traded for him at the deadline last year. I tore it down. I was like, this team's not good. I'm gonna, I don't like the roster. I'm gonna strip it down, and I'm gonna get some good ball players. Speaking of good ball players, scooped up Riley Green as well. The deadline last year is one of my outfielders. Jeff McNeil, guy drafted, just solid, just gets hits. Brendan Donovan, guy added, super utility. And we're talking eligibility at third base, first base, second base, outfield, and DH. I think he's close to getting shortstop eligibility even as well, which would make him eligible to play literally anywhere in a lineup except catcher, which I don't put past him. He's a fun guy to watch play. I know, it's not super fun watching the Cardinals play baseball, It is. Don't let Twitter tell you it's not. Lars Nootbaar. That was another ad I made just because like dealing with injuries, and I'll be honest, someone's a little bit of a bias, but I mean he's rocking an OPS north of 800. So how bad is it really? I do employ Lane Thomas as well. Another injury ad. Just an OPS over 700 and like can hit home runs. Like sometimes that's really all it is. Rounding out, I got Dylan Carlson, Tyro Estrada, who I love. Juan Yepes. He was a very recent ad for me as well, but I mean, he had 2 for 3. He just gets a lot of hits. He just don't have a spot for him in the lineup, which like it's not really his fault, but and then on the bench, got Julio on the IL, unfortunately, right now. Trent Grisham. I had high hopes for Trent Grisham. I called him a superstar going into 2021 because of his defensive value. I mean, we were talking, like his 2020 extrapolated out. I think Foolish Baseball is like a great tweet. We're talking like peak Jacoby Ellsbury kind of numbers. Peyton doesn't want to hear that name. I'm sorry, Peyton. Trent Grisham might be my Jacoby, though, if that makes you feel any better. Jeremy Pena. That was a great waiver. That's understandable. It's very understandable. Jeremy Pena, another great waiver ad that I made. He's kind of petered off in the offense, and his defense is still phenomenal for the Astros, but gets homers. He scores runs. Like, you're in the Astros lineup. Like, I don't really care about your OPS. Like, you're going to produce me raw counting stats. And then, still a guy like me, though, I love me some prospects. So I still got Curtis Mead, Sal Frelick, George Valera. I keep my eyes to the future. My outfield depth is going to need some work, which is why I have Valera, why I have Frelick. And then I got Big Albert on the bench. Like I said, I've had him for a month and a half, 2 months now. And then Brandon Lau on the IL. I think his season might be done. Heck of a ball player. The starting rotation, though, this is where it gets interesting. So if we're talking like a fully healthy starting 5 for a rotation, don't ask me to order this for a playoff series, but Garrett Cole, Tristan McKenzie, Julio Urias, Nestor Cortez, Adam Wainwright, got Luis Garcia in there, got Edward Cabrera in there. Got some dogs. And that's with Casey Mize on the IL. That's with Tanner Hawk out, Trevor Rogers out, Michael King out. Got some injuries in the pitching department, but I've made it work. My bullpen I really love. I got ratio eraser kind of guys. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Evan Phillips, Johan Duran, Felix Bautista. Like I have guys that are fun to watch. And so I don't feel as nervous when I need a save or if I need like a big strikeout inning. It's like, oh, Felix Bautista's coming into the game. Like, no worries, baby. I can put it on and just enjoy it for what it actually is. Yeah, I don't really. Gavin Stone's really the only real pitching prospect that I have right now. I made some trades at the deadline. I added Adam Wainwright. I gave up Ken Waldichuk for him. I had some other pitching prospects as well. I'm not entirely sure. I did empty the farm for Garrett Cole though at earlier in the year. I traded Kyle Harrison, Miguel Fargas. I had Fargo in my head there. Robert Hassell III, and I traded Andre Palante. So definitely a big haul for a guy that hasn't had a quality start in his last 4 starts. That I don't care for too much. But, I know it's hip to hate on Garrett Cole. And some of it is very much valid, but I try not to do it only because he's on my ball club. I'm trying to think how many teams I don't have a single major league player from. I know the Brewers are one guaranteed. I don't want to ever root for that organization to do anything. Pirates, that's fantasy relevance. I don't have anyone on the Cubs. I don't have anyone on the Red Sox. Oh, no, I do have Tanner Hawk. Red Sox, Baltimore, Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, all have. NL East, I have Marlins. I have Nationals. Do I have anyone on the Braves? Braves might be a team I don't have anybody on. We just looked at. You learn something new every day. don't get me wrong as well. Like, if Evan Phillips wasn't as good as he was, I don't ever want to give the Dodgers credit for anything. But my God, they can develop pitching. I'm very jealous of the machine they got. I don't know what they're paying Mark Pryor. But I can tell you this right now. Whatever they're paying Mark Pryor, whatever number you as a viewer just put in your head that you think they're about paying Mark Pryor, it should be twice as high as that. That guy's an absolute wizard. And it's funny, too, because it's not like – it'd be one thing, right, if he was taking, like, very – because, like, at the end of the day, like, in Major League Baseball, it's not like the NBA, right? You pick 28th, 29th overall in the first round. You're still getting a heck of a ball player. But, like, it'd be one thing if the Dodgers were only turning, like, first-round guys out. I mean, we're talking about guys that are these, like, career journeymen where they seem done. Like, I know David Price is hanging up at the end of his career, or at the end of the year, excuse me. It's because it's the end of his career. But unless I'm tweaking, I feel like he's, like, actually having a decent season. Yeah. David Price in the 38 innings is a 2.6 ERA. Like, he's ridiculous, man. He's utterly ridiculous. And like the year before, right? Like, it's not great, right? ERA just north of 4. But he made 11 starts. Like, they're getting value out of him, which I don't know. If you told me you're going to get value out of David Price in the year 2022, I don't know if I'd believe you. But I'm also a Cardinals fan, and if you told me Albert Pujols would be playing for this team and have 21 home runs on you, I would have told you you're fucking insane. Like, I cannot. I went long enough not talking about just the Cardinals when it was just me on here. It needs to be said, man. The improbability in which Albert Pujols is doing this, it is unbelievable. It is simply unbelievable. At 42 years old, I mean, he turns 43 right at the start of the year, right at the 2023. He's got a 1.5 WAR on Baseball Reference, and I think his Fangraphs WAR is about that as well. That's crazy. That is absolute bonkers. I mean, I can't believe it. 863 OPS, 146 OPS plus. His career OPS plus is 144. That is outrageous. And I understand that's a little bit negated, not negated. It's a little bit weighted by the run scoring environment of the early 2000s, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous what this guy's done. And it's funny because, like, privately I said, like, on air and stuff, when we're with other people, I think it'll be a little bit more evident. But I was very worried that I was going to, like, legitimately cry if he didn't get 700. And it's just hard to put into words how much it means to see, like, Albert Pujols was the first athlete that I ever saw play where my breath was, like, taken away, right? Maybe it was the whole MV3, if I'm being honest, Roland, Edmonds, and Pujols, but just to grow up going to games at Busch Stadium too, and to get to watch that era and, like, that team, like, the foundation was there. The building blocks of what would become the World Series championships of my childhood were, like, right in front of me. And to get to see that and to get to fall in love with that was so unbelievably cool. And it's something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life, right? And so when you have something that's already where your head is at, you've already got something that you cherish forever. To be at that point, again at 23, feels nearly impossible. It feels so impossible. And, like, I think for Yankees fans, I don't know if there's someone old enough. There's got to be, right? Like, my grandparents probably vividly remember Maris hitting 61 in a year, and they're Cardinals fans. But, like, your grandparents, right? If they're Yankees fans, like, they're witnessing something that they watched as a kid happen again. And I just, it's with both Judge getting to 61, if he does it, or if he gets to 62, if it's 63, if it's 73, like we don't know where that where the train's going to stop. If you're not a fan, right, of either, whether you have like a neutral opinion, if you're like I don't know, if you're an Orioles fan, right, and you have a very neutral opinion about the Cardinals, you're like, oh, another bird team, good for them, don't care. Or if you're a Chicago Cubs fan, I think it's very silly for you to not enjoy the history of Pujols, right? And it's the same thing with Aaron Judge, right? I get it if you're a Red Sox fan, if you're a Twins, I know Twins fans wouldn't. That's a bad example. They would, I think, rightfully be upset with Judge. I need a different AL Central team. The Royals, right? If you're a Royals fan, you're like, whatever, like it's Aaron Judge. Please take into account that like the moments and thoughts that you and those feelings that you have as a kid, they don't come back very often. That sense of like childlike joy and wonder of like, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? This whole year, all I have gotten the privilege to do is sit and watch Albert step in the batter's box and go, is he going to do it? Is it the next one? Is it the next one? Is it the next one? I got treated to a whole year of that. And Judge is doing the same thing. And I know I'm not a Yankees fan, so it's not quite the same, but appreciate it. Appreciate your history. Appreciate the history of this beautiful game, because this is why you're a baseball fan, right? Is the history of the game is richer and deeper than any other sport. I mean, at least in North America, right? Like, don't take it for granted, because this is something that's so unbelievably cool that like we don't know the next time we're going to talk about this. So that's my nice message of positivity and unity after I spent, a good 10, 15 minutes, running Zach Campbell through the ringer. I'm now preaching positivity, but yeah, all right. Our producer the precipitation map says it'll stop at like 10:20 for what it's worth, but they also have to drain the field. Peyton, I will leave this one up to you. Do you think? I know you have to like go to sleep. We're both like employed people. It's only 9:00 for me, so realistically, I have like 3 hours here. I don't know what your thoughts are, because I would be fine if you wanted to say thanks for stopping by and hanging out, but what's the weather look like outside your window? If it looks clear, I'll stay, man, because I just gave this whole speech about witnessing Judge's home run. Yeah, this game isn't resuming anytime soon. Who's at the game says, oh no, it's still pouring. Yeah, all right. So guys, gals, again, whatever your gender identity may be, Peyton, you want to cut my name and put all our nice links on the bottom? I can run through the outro real quick. I'm glad we got to end on such like a nice little sappy note for everyone. Well, not sappy. I mean that genuinely. Please enjoy baseball for what it is, because it's not going to get any better, right? Like, and I say that, and then next year we'll be talking about God knows what. Maybe it's Vlad Guerrero sitting at 58 home runs with a week to go. And we're like, oh my gosh, Judge just broke it last year. Is it going to happen again? Maybe Ohtani will be a 20-game winner with a sub-2 ERA. You never know. And that's why we appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us every Sunday night. Or I say us, or just me, coming in and hanging out with us, or just myself. But it does mean a lot. And your guys' continued support means the world. So, I mean, you guys know the drill. diamond-digest.com. That's our website. You can go read all of our articles. You can say, oh my gosh, your writers are so smart. They're so wise. You can tell us on Twitter at @Diamond_Digest. You can see all Peyton and Brian's hard work. And there's so many people, but those are the two that I know have been putting in a lot of work on our TikTok, which is just at Diamond Digest, nothing in the middle getting in the way. But if you like a little something in the way, you can go follow us on Instagram, diamond.digest. If you're feeling professional, hit us up on LinkedIn. And subscribe to our YouTube as well. So you get to see, you can see the VODs of, that'd be just my handsome enough mug, hopefully. Or you can listen to all of our This Week in Baseball podcast, which I know Diego talked earlier before he, kept getting cut out. Make sure you give it a listen. And, just be on the lookout for all the stuff that we provide. We'll be back next Sunday for what I believe is the last Sunday night watch party of the regular season before you will see a very stressed out, a much more reserved, and hopefully slightly more popular me. Hopefully I'll have some friends hanging around me. So thank you guys very, very much. We'll see how smoothly we can do this. Peyton, it's go baseball. Take us home. Good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it.